guard pulling it down the field. He goes stiff arm to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, and down the sideline. The Marauders in the end zone. Touchdown. Turner breaks through the line and down the sideline. He goes to the end zone. Touchdown. Looking off, 10 pitches left. Oh, it's fumbled but caught, and now hit is down for a loss of a yard. Here's a snap, a screen pass out of the backfield, coming to the left-hand side. Marauders all over him, and down for a loss. From the right side, looking for a block, getting outside across midfield to the 45, and off to the races he goes. Quarterback looks to throw, is up and picked up by the Marauders down the left sideline, headed to the end zone. Here's a snap and handoff, sweep on left-hand side with Walker to midfield to the 40. To the right side, and they got a big hole once again to the 30-yard line. It turned and making a move. Snap, looking right, throw right, it's intercepted by the Marauders, and he's going to take it to the house. Hello everyone, welcome to Mingus Marauder Football on KYBC AM 1600 along with Jackie Bessler. I'm Zach Calandra, and today on the road at Apollo High School against the Seton Catholic Sentinels. A big game in the second round. The Marauders with an exciting game last Friday night at home with the Coolidge Bears coming into town. And the Mingus Marauders, Jackie, led for 44 seconds of that game. It was a final 44 seconds, so that's all that counts. Mingus turned the ball over a couple times on their opening 2 drives of the game, marched it down the field inside the 20-yard line, only to cough it up, and really felt like they should have been up a couple of touchdowns going into halftime. Instead, found themselves down by 5 at halftime, and only a big touchdown in the waning moments of the game would give the Marauders a lead in a game that they were able to finally pull off against a very good, very athletic, strong, and tough Coolidge football team.
Well, they had some speed to go along with their strength and size, and Coolidge came to town, and Mingus had the home field advantage. Thank goodness they did. I think it played a role, but 7 trips into the red zone, accounting for, well, 3 points. Their first score took them 3 trips to get 3 points, but it was the self-destruct button that somebody sat on. We got to find that button. It was the penalties, an enormous amount of penalties. Both squads, almost 200 penalties between the 2 squads last week at Mingus Union High School, played a phenomenal factor in the game. And as you made mention, the last 45 seconds, Mingus a come from behind a win, and it was exciting as they needed a 4th and inches, got it, and then still took them 3 more tries to get it into the end zone from within the 3.
It was an exciting game. Everybody left there thinking, wow, what a great football game this was tonight, except for the Coolidge Bears, who, as we found out, were playing that game with heavy hearts, JB. That team came up with a lot on their mind before coming out on the field against the Mingus Marauders, and then to have the lead all the way up until the last minute of the game and have it taken away from you must have been pretty tough for those kids down there in Coolidge.
No doubt. One of the running backs, one of the starting running backs, apparently had lost his mother in an auto accident either the day before or 2 days before, but as you made mention, they were definitely playing the game in her honor and in her memory, and what a heartbreak. Just so much emotion for the Coolidge Bears, and Mingus able to go on and play a team that Mingus has been looking to play for quite some time.
Yeah, well, and quite some time ago, we would have loved to have played them. Now, this team, Seton Catholic, is a pretty good football team. They come in with a record of 10-1, and this should be a great matchup here for the Mingus Marauders. This is a team that has been one of those teams that's been behind us in the divisions. They've been like a Division III team when Mingus was Division 4A2 when we used to do all that a couple of years ago. But now we're all in the same division. However, we've got some news to talk about that later on as well. But back to last week's game, if you look at the final score of 17-14 in that football game, the Mingus Marauders statistically just blew away the Coolidge in that game. I mean, we marched the ball up and down the field. There were big catches. There were a lot of big runs. And as it turns out, the Marauders escaped with a victory at home by only 3 points, even though they dominated the game on the field.
Mingus put together 340 yards of total offense from the line of scrimmage. The Coolidge Bears 212, but in the second half, Mingus shut them down to about 40 yards of offense in the second half. They had horrible field position, and boy, Mingus was playing on the Bears side of the field the whole entire second half and did a phenomenal job of just keeping the pressure on until they finally cracked that defense, which was rather outstanding.
Yeah.
Come to think of it. Now, Coolidge came into that game. One of the things that we had talked about is they hadn't actually beaten a team with a winning record during the course of the year. That's how it just happened to fall out, 8-2 coming into the game. And Mingus, of course, had played on a little bitter competition. Now we look at Seton Catholic out here today. Their regular season record, they've played teams that are 49-61 on the regular season.
Right, it's a similar situation here. This is a team that hasn't played as tough of a schedule as the Marauders. Something we talked about on the trip down here and something I talked to Coach Young about here moments ago out on the field is that we've got 3 losses this season. 2 of them are to teams that are still in this thing in the top 8 in our division. The other one was a playoff team 2 divisions ahead of us in Division 2. So the Marauders do have 3 losses, but they've all come against very good football teams, whereas Seton Catholic's only got the 1 loss, again, against a very good football team, but a Division 5 Tempe Prep team. So it's not against an upper division team, and it's not even against a Blue Ridge who hasn't lost or lost once in like the last decade or so, and Snowflake, who's another very good White Mountain football team. The Marauders have played a schedule that has gotten them ready for the playoffs at this point, and we're not even talking about just those teams. Coconino's a good football team. Flagstaff ended up being a decent football team. Bradshaw Mountain maybe not as good this year, but that's another good football team. Payson was a team that was flirting around with playoffs. Mingus played a pretty good schedule. You have a couple of patsies in there with the Camp Verde and the Cortez, who actually won 2 games this year, I believe, and Chino Valley. So there were some bad teams, but a lot of good teams that the Marauders played this year, and I really think that's going to help them in the playoffs, especially against a team like Seton Catholic, that if they start getting behind and they start thinking, uh-oh, what's going on here? We're not used to losing. That could be a big difference in this game, whereas Mingus has already played against those teams, and they know it's not over until it's over.
Right, absolutely, and practice game for Seton Catholic, quite literally, last week, 61-0 over Chin Lee, who had to come down and play them on their field. Second year in a row, Seton has opened the Division 4 playoffs with the Wildcats as their first-round opponent. So they kind of had a practice game where Mingus was in the middle of a dogfight, or a bear fight, I should say, during the 4 full quarters of fighting football. So I wonder if that will play a factor out here today, and of course, it is Saturday football. I feel like we're at the collegiate level.
Yeah, Saturday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. A slight breeze blowing, but otherwise beautiful day for football here in Glendale, Arizona, which is where we are at Apollo High School. And we'd like to thank them for all the accommodations here tonight and this afternoon. Let's take a quick break right here, and we will get a word from some of our sponsors. We will be back to Apollo High School for Mingus Bronner football coming up here shortly after this.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Back at Apollo High School along with Jackie Bessler, the Mingus Marauders ready to start the second round of AIA Division 4 football playoffs as we've got people coming through here. Jesse's coming through. Where's the cannon? The cannon man is here. Yes. Coming out and making an appearance at Apollo High School.
I hope they didn't put the cannon above us on the press box. That thing's heavy.
Well, the Marauders coming off that big win last week, Jackie, and we talked about the difference in the strength of schedules for these two teams. And you look at the teams that are left in this thing at this point. The Mingus Marauders have played a quarter of the competition that's left in this playoff race.
Well, without a doubt, Mingus is 8-3 coming into tonight's game against teams that are 52-52, which include, as you mentioned, Blue Ridge, who is still in the playoffs. Flagstaff just barely missed playoffs in Division 3, as well as Cocoa. Prescott, Division 2, went to playoffs as number 12, and Snowflake is still in the playoffs at number 4. However,
right.
That's the good news. We've played those three teams. The bad news is we happen to lose to all three of them, which was bad. The couple of playoff teams that Seton has played and beaten, one would be Maricopa, lost to Tempe Prep, who is number 3 in Division 5, and Maricopa was 7th in Division 3. Also, during the course of the year, beat Estrella Foothills, which was a pretty decent competition, and beat them well. 42-25, somewhere along those lines. However, their entire record, 10-1 against teams that are 49-69. So one questions whether or not they had the same kind of strength of schedule. But you know what? They beat the teams that they should have beaten, and they beat them well. 55-0, 51-0,
right.
49-6.
Yeah, same thing for Mingus. They beat the teams they should have beaten, and you would hope that they could have beaten Prescott or Snowflake or Blue Ridge for sure.
Right.
Now, let's take a look at the bracket that we have left here in Division 4. After last week's games, we are into the second round now. Blue Ridge obviously advanced with their win over Globe. And then the one that we picked, Jackie, and it was Blue Ridge 57-7 over Globe, and it was River Valley. And that's another point I want to make. In the top 5 divisions in Arizona, the number 9 beat number 8 in every one of them. River Valley with the big win over Monument Valley. They'll face Blue Ridge today. I think right now that might be the 7 o'clock game over at Washington High School. Now the winner of today's game will play at Washington next week. Another win, an upset win, was number 12 Empire knocking off Estrella Foothills, and they will go on to play number 4 Snowflake today, also over at Washington High School. That's the top of the bracket. On the bottom of the bracket, we have got today's game between the Mingus Marauders and number 3 Seton Catholic, and then on the bottom of the bracket, the bottom of the bottom bracket, you've got another upset with Buckeye, which they're just a lower seed one. I think if I were to pick that game, I would have had Buckeye. As a matter of fact, I did last week against Winslow at Winslow, and Buckeye knocks off the Bulldogs up in Winslow, and they will go on to play number 2 Sholo right after our game here tonight. So the winner of the Marauder game will go on to play the winner of the game right after us. So you know this is the coach's dream. You get to sit here in the stands and watch your opponent for next week and see what they do and write down some plays and get yourself ready for next week's game.
Well, as far as the leaderboard is concerned, you have got Jabril Taylor from Buckeye, who is number 4 in the state in rushing. And so that's going to, Sholo's going to have their hands full. Both Sholo and Buckeye are big running teams. And, of course, Seton comes into tonight, one of the big passing teams.
Yeah, they like to throw the ball around a little bit. There is a little wind. I mean, there's a breeze blowing out here, and it seems to be getting a little stiffer. And I think that would help the Marauders against a passing team. That ball floats around a little bit in the air, might give you an extra step or two to get to them. The Marauders, however, JB, they're going to look to line this thing up and smash it down their throat. Pretty much the same thing that they tried to do last week against Coolidge, and it worked until they started fumbling. But I think they're going to look to try to do the same thing here tonight. Just line up and smash the ball right down the throat of the Sentinels team.
Well, interesting enough, we've been told that the Sentinels. There we go, Sentinels
Seton Catholic to me.
There you go, SC. How about that?
Yeah.
We'll call them SC. Backup quarterback will start for Seton Catholic here tonight, Gillespie.
Yep.
Which is great news until you look at his completion ratio of .737. Better than a 73% completion ratio.
He's got next level size.
He does.
There's no doubt about it.
6'4", 210. Now, not quite as mobile as what would be their normal starting quarterback, who got hurt earlier in the season. May have even been that Tempe game against Tempe Prep. So that'll be the interesting thing, but they still run the ball as well. They've got 2,500 passing yards and over 2,000 rushing yards, and this is a team that has 43 sacks on the year, a turnover ratio of plus 20 in comparison to Mingus's 12.
4,500 yards of offense from this Sentinel team this season.
Well, Seton Catholic also comes in spreading the ball around. They have got 5 different receivers with better than 100 yards receiving, 3 of them over 300 yards in receiving on the course of the year, and 43 sacks, 3.9 sacks per game, and that's pretty phenomenal, Zach.
Well, it looks like the Marauders captains are out on the field. Looks like it's going to be Josh Longfellow along with Troy Carter, Alex Brewer, and Zach Pelletier for the Mingus Marauders. Mingus in their away white uniforms with the red pants and the silver helmets. The Sentinels are in there. They almost look like USC with their red and gold trim uniforms with the gold pants and the red trim down the side and the red helmets with the SC on the side there, JB. Let's take another quick break. We'll be back with the opening kickoff of tonight's ball game between your Marauders and Seton Catholic. Second round of the playoffs coming up after this.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Two things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you. We're taking new patients every day. Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
Call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Service, convenience, price. Taylor Waste is locally owned and voted #1 in residential garbage collection for the past 8 years in a row. And right now, new customers will enjoy 2 months free service with your switch to Taylor Waste. Add an extra container and take part in Taylor Waste's popular clean recycling program as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Back at Apollo High School, the national anthem in this football game about ready to get underway. The Mingus Marauders captains are ready to head out on the field. The Sentinels are sending out their captains as well. Looks like they will have number 56. That's Matthew Hart, the starting left tackle. Number 50, Connor Kafke, along with number 16, David Gesecki, that is the starting quarterback, and number 25, Eric Probst, the starting running back, out on the field for the opening coin toss of this football game, JB. Mingus Marauders obviously would like to win this thing and turn around and defer to the second half. Kick the ball off and take it to start the second half of play, hopefully with a lead coming out of the locker room. Now, in years past, that's one thing that we've been able to say about the Mingus Marauders. It's almost like they were a prize fight champion where they come out and feel you out in the first round, which would be like the first half. And then the second half, they'd really come out and take it to you. Of course, that was at a time where the Marauders were playing just one side of the ball for the most part, which they are now as well. But they would be able to wear down their opponents and really take them out in the second half and be a second half team. I think tonight they want to be a first half team. And a second half team for sure, but they want to try to get out and get an early lead against this team and see if they can rock them back on their heels a little bit and make them start to pucker up a little bit and start tightening up and think that we need to do something in a hurry here, which may force them into some errors.
Well, interesting, the Mingus Marauders will receive to start this ball game, and they will be defending what appears to be the westernly edge of this football field. Now, the way it's starting to look, the sun is moving to the left side of our screen, so I wonder, interesting enough, the wind is also blowing to the right side. So the wind is going from left to right, but the sun could be looking back the other way, and you wonder whether or not that'll play a role against some sort of passing game.
And your AccuWeather report brought to you by JB.
And the sun is going west.
All I know is that Don Hanks is across the field from us with that big Marauder flag, and it looks as stiff as a board right now. The wind's blowing. The Marauders will have the wind to their back to start the game, so they should have it at their back here in the first and third quarters, I guess.
Right, that'll put the Seton Catholic squad throwing into the sun for the
and wind
and wind for the second and fourth.
Well, the Marauders have yet to break their huddle over on the sideline. Now head coach Bob Young's done with his speech and sends the guys out there. It's going to be Tyler Herndon along with Brennan Kitchen deep for the Mingus Marauders to look to return the opening kick. The kicker for Seton Catholic is number 3, Daniel Garlid, and Garlid will also turn around and be a starting wide receiver. The Mingus Marauders are led by quarterback Luke Simmons, who played injured last week, JB. Got to give him credit for that. He is pretty dinged up, but was able to come out and play the game and help the Marauders to a victory. Here's the opening kick, and it's going to float to Herndon's side. He'll take it at the 3-yard line. Herndon straight up the middle of the field to the 10 to the 15 to the 20. Across the 20-yard line, he's covered up immediately at about the 21 or 2, and that's where the Marauders will start their opening drive of the game. First down and 10 from their own 22-yard line.
Well, the Seton Catholic squad does not give up a lot of points during the course of the year. They have 4 shutouts compiled during the course of the year. A couple of them, well, 2 of them against 1-9 teams, though.
Marauders bring their offensive line out here and get set for their first play. It's going to be Dakota Hanks in the backfield. They've got a tight end, a wingback, and a receiver on the right-hand side. And Mingus is going to look to run and fumble the ball. It's loose on the ground, and Herndon comes up with it, and he fumbled it. I don't think he ever had it. It bounced around, and Herndon immediately bounced on it. And that, oh, man, that could be a huge play in this game here already for the Mingus Marauders as Tyler Herndon is able to recover his own fumble. And the Marauders maintain possession here, 2nd and 13 from their 19.
Well, that's not the way we wanted to start it. We've got to play pretty much error-free football to be able to compete out here with Seton Catholic.
Compared to them having the ball in our red zone, that is error-free to me. Simmons going to keep it himself, and he's going to dive forward for a progress of about 5 yards, but only across the original line of scrimmage by a yard or 2. And it's going to be 2 yards across the original line, bringing out 3rd down and 8 now for the Marauders. So we can't really see the scoreboard too well, although now as the clouds are starting to come in, we can see we're at 10:55 left here in this opening quarter of play. The first drive of the game, and the Mingus Marauders are now faced with 3rd and long. Simmons in the gun, one back on his right-hand side. Here's the snap. Simmons looking left, throwing left, and has a man. Reception made. It's Moronis knocked out of bounds around the 35-yard line. First down pickup for the Marauders, so they won't go 3 and out. Simmons' first completion of the game is a reception to Moronis right in front of the Marauder bench, and a first down to the 35.
Well, that was awesome. You made mention that Simmons playing a hurt Northern Arizona Rehabilitation and Fitness injury report. He had back spasms mannerisms. He was way out of whack as far as the back was.
Marauders back to the line of scrimmage from the gun again. They're going to hand a sweep to Kitchen going left-hand side. Kitchen is able to get back to the line of scrimmage. A lot of running east and west that time, and finally turned it upfield and got about 2 or 3 yards, and he's got a gain. It looks like they're giving 3. 2nd down and 7 here for the Marauders.
Kitchen had a great game last week.
Man, a 4th down catch and run by Kitchen last week that was crucial in that final drive. A couple of 4th downs picked up by the Marauders in that final drive before finally punching it in.
And probably the block of the year, right?
Oh, man. No, block of the last couple of years. Here's a snap going to the left-hand side. It's Hanks up the middle, and he's got a few more. Across the 40 to about the 42. They're going to need to get to the 45-yard line, so it's 3rd down and short now for the Marauders as they head back into a huddle. And we've seen the Marauders go both ways. They're going to huddle right now, send the play in from the sideline. Head coach Bob Young sends it in from the sideline. They'll also go with the no huddle, the hurry-up offense.
Well, they've done that quite a bit here this year, and I think a lot of times it's to keep the same defense on the field.
I formation. And looking to throw is Simmons. Flushed out of the pocket, in trouble. He throws, and it's incomplete. And no flags on the play. Intended for Kitchen, would have been a 1st down out around midfield. Instead, on 4th and short, the Marauders are most likely going to punt this thing away and try to play the field position game at least early here. Clock stopped with 8:58 left to go in the opening quarter of play. The Marauders picked up a 1st down, moved the ball out near midfield, and now will look to punt it away as Seton Catholic thinks Mingus is going to go for it. And here's the free punt down the field. If he gets a good roll, stay out of the end zone. And it looks like the Marauders are going to be able to down it at the 5-yard line. What a terrific punt that time by Luke Simmons. That's the field position game. You come up like you're going to go for it on 4th down, and you punt it away. And Simmons with a tremendous roll all the way down to the 5-yard line. And this will be a chance for the Marauder defense to come out and make a statement here early.
That was a great job by Simmons killing it. A good job by the Gunners getting down to stop it, although it stopped on its own accord, didn't it?
Yeah, it sure did. 1st down and 10. Seton Catholic coming out, led by quarterback number 16, David Gasecki. Gasecki in the gun, standing in his end zone, and he's going to look to run it himself, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Nowhere to run that time for Gasecki, and the Marauders defense holds. It's 2nd down and 10 from the 5.
Interesting. They don't run him a whole bunch during the course of the year. They're going to start the game that way, though, huh?
Yeah, well, they faked the handoff, and then he took off.
Well, look at this spread offense. I mean, there's almost a 2.5 yards between offensive linemen.
Staying in the gun now, running back on his left-hand side. Gasecki standing at the goal line, takes a snap, looks downfield, play action, now rolling out to his left. There's flags all over the place. The ball is nearly intercepted by Garcia. I think we're going to have holding. It's going to depend on where it is. If it's in the end zone, it's a safety. Gasecki was in the end zone looking to throw, and we're going to have to see where the flags are in the end zone. There's no doubt about that, Jackie. Now they're pulling him out of the end zone and putting him right at the goal line, and I believe we're going to have holding on the Sentinels, and that's going to back them up a little bit deeper, I think, or it's going to be 3rd down and 10 from the 5. Coach Young will have a decision here. Give him a replay on the down and move the ball. Yeah, he's going to decline it. That's a good decision, I think. It's either going to be 3rd and 10 or it's going to be 2nd and 12.5. So, I mean, what's 2 yards? May as well take the down.
I agree.
3rd and 10 for the 5-yard line.
Wow, they've got some tall receivers, don't they?
3 split to the right side, 1 on the left-hand side. The running back will work the right side of the quarterback, and their offensive line are spread apart, 2 steps in between. Here's a snap. Gasecki rolling to the right, looking to throw. He does throw, has a man. Oh, hit immediately, driven backwards, and slammed to the ground by Alex Brewer. It'll be well short of a 1st down, a 5-yard pickup to the 10-yard line, and Brewer punished him for catching the ball, and that'll force the Sentinels into a punt situation.
I think that was Caleb Crick on the far side, number 19, catching that ball.
Mingus will send Garcia back deep to return the punt. He will stand right at midfield, awaiting the punt from number 7, Matt Haggerty. Haggerty standing midway through his end zone to punt the ball away here for the first time. And here's a snap, and it is an end-over-end punt angled to the left sideline. Garcia's just going to stay away from it, and the Marauders will have it at their own 49. 1st down and 10. Mingus football, and let's see where they mark it. He might mark it right at the midfield. no, it's just shy of midfield. So the Marauders punted it away, got it down around the 5-yard line, and then when they got it back, they've got it downfield an extra, 10 yards or so for their second possession of the game.
There's a blue marker out there at the 48-yard line of Seton Catholic. Yep,
they may have touched it there.
They did. That's where they touched it.
Yeah, that's what the officials marked it. So the Marauders pick up an extra couple yards as they move the ball to the Seton Catholic 48-yard line. First down and 10. Mingus working from the near hash mark, going left to right across your radio dial. Set under center Simmons. He's going to hand off to Herndon going to the left-hand side. Herndon following his blockers and then knocked down after a short gain. He was coming right up the backside of Gregson that time. Had his hand on Gregson's back, pushing him forward, and he ends up gaining only 2 on the play.
I was mentioning of some of the injured players that we had. Speaking of Northern Arizona Rehabilitation and Fitness, let's see, it was Gregson and Wellborn that were playing sick, playing ill. They had strep throat last week.
6:45 left, opening quarter. Marauders with the ball, and it's all on the left-hand side. Simmons on the keeper. Simmons hit, spun around, and down. Just shy of the 40. Looks like he might be at the 42-yard line. So it's going to be third down and about 4 here for Mingus as they move the down marker downfield a little bit, and we get a better shot at it. Looks like 3rd and 4. And the Marauders moving the ball. Not sure this is punting territory here. When you have it at your opponent's 41 or 2-yard line, even if you don't gain anything here, you're not going to gain much with the punt.
No, certainly. You're going to probably roll it in the end zone anyways.
All right. Ray Guy, coffin corner at the 5. Third down and 4. Marauders are going to look to pick up the first down on the road, and it's turned into the left-hand side. Runs over a defender for a first down. I think he may have been stopped right at the sticks or maybe even short from initial contact. Herndon said, "I will not be denied," and he ran him over for an extra 2-yard, taking out Nick Russell that time and picking up a first down for Mingus at the 37.
Great job just keeping his momentum, legs going, and Russell picked himself up off the back.
Looked a lot like that touchdown run in the final 44 seconds of the game last week. Will not be denied. Keep the legs churning forward, running over smaller players. I formation again. Herndon in the eye. Here's the snap and looking to throw. Simmons to the right side. He's got it to Brewer. Brewer out in the open and running over people. Brewer off to the races, to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown! Luke Simmons to Alex Brewer. A pirouette between 5 defenders, and he outruns them to the end zone. And the Marauders take the early lead. 6-0. Clock is still running, but it will stop here momentarily. 5:11 left to go here in the opening quarter, and the Marauders put the first points on the board.
Well, it was Brewer versus 5 defensive backs. They all hit him and each other, and he bounced away.
Tanner Karen in the hold. Cadera, extra point attempt is up and good. The Marauders lead 7-0 with 5:11 left to go here in the opening quarter of play. Mingus to kick off, and we return right after this.
Your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Back at Apollo High School in Glendale, Arizona, the Marauders strike first and lead 7-0. JJ Jair Jacobo in the kickoff for the Mingus Marauders, and the left-footed boot is up and short, taken out about the 7-yard line to the right-hand side of the field, hit and drilled at the 22. Nowhere to run that time for Matt Haggerty, and the Marauders knock him down after a short return out to the 22. And let's see if the defense could come up with another big stop here and get another touchdown, JB. Really have this Seton Catholic team reeling.
Well, Seton Catholic averages 3.5 touchdowns just in the air per game.
Yeah.
And Mingus scores first against them in the air, which, wow, that's got to be a slap.
Yeah, and you know that Coach Young said, hey, if they win the flip and we get the ball, we want to go this way and have them start the game throwing into the wind. And so far, still good. First down and 10. Quarterback Gesicki takes a snap, and he's going to hand off, run into the right-hand side, bottled up at the line of scrimmage, still chugging forward, however, for an extra couple of yards, and not down now, finally knocked to the ground. Well, kind of like a big old rugby scrub out there. Hey, speaking of rugby scrubs, talked to Brandon Howard's mom last night at Mr. C's, and she came in and said that Brandon's up in Colorado, attending university up in Colorado, and he's playing rugby now, and he loves it.
He just likes the striped shirts, right?
Yeah, right. The old rugby shirts. A gain of 4 on the play brings up 2nd down and 6. Gesicki from the gun, looking right, throwing right, and it's caught. And breaking a tackle, a 1st down, and then the Marauders will catch him and knock him down for a gain of about 8 maybe on the play. Looks like they're going to mark him right at the 35-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 8 yards and a 1st down for Seton Catholic.
Second completion to Crick out there. That one goes for a 1st down. That's the first down for Seton out here today.
And they're in a hurry-up offense. Looking to work quickly from the gun. The handoff coming to the left-hand side. Gobbled up and slammed to the ground hard. That time, Mingus Marauders not fooled by the play. I believe it's Gregson that got in there. It was Brandon Gregson that got in there at the initial contact in a quick tackle and a no gain. 2nd down and 10 now. Seton Catholic back to the line of scrimmage. Gesicki.
Speaking of tackles, Longfellow is 2nd in the state according to Max Preps in tackles.
2 left, 2 right, 1 back in the backfield. Gesicki looks right, throws a screen pass to his running back, who is hit, spun up over head over heels and down. That time 25, Eric Probst, a 5'9", 155-pound running back, gets the screen on the right side in front of the Marauder bench and picks up about 8 yards, bringing up 3rd down and 2.
That's pretty much the way they throw the ball. It's typically short stuff by this Sentinel squad.
1 receiver on the right, 2 on the left. Quarterback's going to run left in the option, and he's going to keep it himself. Hit and down for what should be a 1st down, as he's got it just across the 45-yard line, and they only needed to get to the 45. That'll be another 1st down. So back-to-back 1st downs here for Seton Catholic, and they're starting to mount a drive against the Marauders. Still in the opening quarter, 3 minutes left in this opening quarter of play. Marauders up 7-0. Hey, there's Coach Harms on the sideline, JB.
Well, that's good. Heard that he had a little illness that he was dealing with during the course of the week.
Trips right, 1 left. Running back on the right, working from the left hash mark. Looking left, throwing left. He's got a man. Catch is made and a short gain. Now they're going to give him forward progress to midfield, so it's going to be a gain of 5 on the play. Just shy of 5 if they mark it right at midfield. It looks like they're marking a little short. They're going to mark it all the way back at the 49-yard line, so it's only a gain of about 3.5 or 4 yards. Nonetheless, it is a gain. The Marauders need to start stopping this drive here.
Garland on the reception for the Sentinels, number 3. 170-pound senior, 6'3". He's got good height.
2nd down and 6 play. Here's the snap. And they're going to hand off, looking to run up the middle, and not much doing there. He lands right on the 50-yard line, and that's going to be a gain of 1, bringing up 3rd down and 5 now for Seton Catholic from midfield. So here's a chance for the Marauders to pick up a stop on 3rd down and get the ball back for their offense as we're approaching the 2-minute mark and inside of 2 minutes now here in this opening quarter.
Well, I'm still amazed at this spread offense. I mean, they've got 2 yards between offensive linemen.
2 left, 2 right. 1 back in the backfield to the right-hand side of the quarterback who's working in the gun. Here comes the pressure, and a throw is incomplete. Good pressure by the Marauders. Pelletier and Kitchen got in there and put a hit on Gesicki. And then downfield, I believe it was Garcia that interfered with the receiver and knocks it free. And the intended receiver, Anthony Johnson, that time unable to come up with a catch. And the Marauders now have forced 4th and 5 from midfield. This is an area where you want to keep an eye on them. Midfield's an area where you can come up with the trick plays. Haggerty to punt it away. Garcia didn't get a chance to return the first one. Here it is. Haggerty is going to punt. It's high, and it's into the wind, and it's not very far. It is going to take a lateral bounce, and the Marauders are going to jump on it for some reason. I don't understand that. Garcia came and jumped on the ball. Only bad things can happen when you do that. And instead, the Marauders are lucky that he's able to secure it. That ball wasn't going to go anywhere. Just let them down. Don't take any chances, young man. It's going to be your rock.
Well, I think he was expecting this to be kind of a big bounce, and had that ball bounced and done a happy bounce to him up to the breadbasket, he had a sideline down that sideline. I think that's what he was eyeballing, but he didn't get there quick enough.
Well, could be. Minute and a half left, opening quarter. Marauders with the ball back. Here's a snap, and they're going to hand off up the middle. It's Hanks for a couple. A couple of keep you honest yards, just in case you think we won't run it up the middle. We're going to do it for 2 yards every once in a while.
Well, you got to keep, you got to keep them from splitting to the outside so that you can get the stuff that's off tackle to work.
1:11 on the clock as the Marauders break their huddle and head back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 8 now. Mingus with the ball at the 37-yard line. They need to get out to the 45 for a first. From the shotgun, Simmons will hand it off to Herndon, who's going to the right side. Herndon hit at the line of scrimmage, cuts it back to the middle, and moves the ball forward to the 40-yard line, where it's now 3rd down and 5 for the Marauders. Under 45 seconds left here in this opening quarter of play. Mingus should be able to take it at least to the end of the quarter if they're unable to pick up a first down here on 3rd.
Well, Mingus has 71 yards in the game from the line of scrimmage. So far, Seton Catholic not accustomed to this. 33 yards. This team is accustomed to over 400 yards a game.
Here's the big 3rd down play for the Marauder offense. Now, the defense did a good job when they were faced with thirds. Here, the Marauders can pick it up with Yo. Looking to throw. Simmons down the middle and incomplete. Threw it way over the head of his intended receiver, who was Rios. And Rios got bumped around a little bit there in the secondary, and officials must have thought that the pass was uncatchable, and there was no penalty flag on that.
Certainly could have gone either way. We've seen that flag fly.
Yeah. The last week, that's all we saw were flags flying.
No kidding.
4th down and 5 now as the Marauders will look to punt the ball away. Here's a snap. Simmons gets off another good punt, and it will take another good Marauder bounce inside the 15-yard line and roll out of bounds down around the 12. So Mingus has done a nice job in the punting game and changing the field position at least. And we've got 10 seconds left to go here in the opening quarter of play, and the Marauders defense is coming back out on the field. And at least one more play that Seton Catholic will have to play with the wind in their face.
Exactly. Now, interesting, they're not going to be playing so much with the sun in their eyes because of the cloud cover down here. Untraditionally cool for Phoenix. About 60 degrees is a high today.
1st down and 10 from the 12-yard line as the Sentinels start their 3rd drive here of the opening quarter of play. Marauder defense has done a good job so far. Let's see if they can keep them pinned deep once again. They've got 2 receivers on the left side. They're going to hand up off the middle and a couple of yards and not much doing. Hey, we can say a couple yards in a cloud of dust. Hey, we haven't played on many real turf fields, some grass fields all season long. And the carry is going to go for about 3 yards, maybe 4 out to the 15-yard line, and that's going to be the end of the opening quarter of play. And after the first 12 minutes, the Marauders on top by a score of 7-0. We'll start the 2nd quarter when we come back after these messages.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Arizona. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Arizona Interscholastic Association and the Arizona Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back at Apollo High School, 7-0 as we start the 2nd quarter of play. It's 2nd down and 7, or 2nd down about 6 here, it looks like, for Seton Catholic. And, well, the winds have turned, at least the sides of the fields have turned. Seton Catholic, a throwing team now with the wind at their back. This is going to be a big quarter here for the Marauders, see if they can maintain their lead. And looking to throw. Gasek under pressure now. He's going to be hit in the backfield and sacked. The Marauders got him. It's Troy Carter jumping on top and knocking him down for a big loss on the play. It's going to be a loss of about 5 yards and bring up 3rd down and 10 again here for Seton Catholic. Carter hung around the pocket too long, David Getzky that time, and Carter found him and dropped him with ease.
Well, that was a covered sack. Nobody opened downfield, and Carter had enough time to just keep chugging on the inside.
And finally found him.
Yeah.
3rd down and 10 now from the shotgun. Gesicki rolls to the left, looking downfield, looking down the middle of the field. He's got a man, and it's incomplete. Threw it out in front a little bit too far that time, intended for Caleb Crick. Crick couldn't catch up. The coverage was with Brewer, and, of course, safety back there, Garcia. Now 4th down and 10, and Seton Catholic will have to punt the ball away to the Marauders, who lead 7-0, and they're looking to get the ball back here. And that's the thing about the wind. Wind doesn't affect the ground game. That's what the Marauders like to do, is run that ball down your throat and see if they can get it here and punch another one in and get a 2-score lead.
You wonder whether or not the wind actually lifted that one a little too far downfield that time.
Standing at his goal line, Haggerty to punt it away. And here comes the pressure. They won't get to it, but with the wind at his back, he gets off a much better punt. However, this one's going to be returnable by Garcia, and he can't get away. Initial contact, Daniel Garland was able to hold on to Garcia and bring him down, but hey, I'm not complaining. 1st and 10, Mingus at their own 47-yard line. Field position has been a big difference in this ball game so far tonight, JB, and the Marauders have a 7-0 lead to show for it. They've got the ball back out near midfield to start a drive.
Pretty decent punt by Haggerty. I mean, if you think about it, 54 yards in the air.
1st down and 10, Marauders set under center. Quarterback Simmons looking to take the snap. There it is. Hand off the left-hand side to Hanks. Hanks through the line of scrimmage. Ooh, a face mask. There's the flag. Yeah, Hanks was pulled down by his face mask. Number 37 had a hand on it that time. Hanks with a carry of 4 yards to midfield. And 37, Nick Russell, is going to add a little distance onto that one for the Mingus Marauders. Oh, yeah, they say no way. You couldn't have been watching it. It was clear as day for me, JB. He had his hand on his face mask, pulled his head to the ground right there in front of us, and right in front of the official. The official that called it was standing right there like 3 feet from where the play happened, and he obviously saw it. And the Marauders are going to have 15 yards added on here, which will put the ball all the way down to the 35-yard line. The Marauders, again, looking for this 2-score lead. See if they can put Seton Catholic on their heels. This is a team that's used to pounding people. So far, they're getting pounded.
Right. Mingus has had field position all game long, Zach.
1st and 10, and wait, okay, officially, hold on now, here we go. Blows his whistle, we start the clock, and the Mingus Marauders back to the line of scrimmage. Set under center, Simmons takes a snap, handoff going to Herndon, right-hand side with blockers out in front. Herndon to the sideline, he's got about 10, and he's still going inside the 25. Herndon will be stopped at about the 23-yard line. A big carry of 12 yards on the play that time, and Tyler Herndon has the Marauders set up just outside the red zone. It's got all the way down to the 21-yard line, and 1st down and 10, Mingus.
Well, Herndon's hoping that we get another chance to play next week because he's starting to flirt with that 1,000-yard mark in rushing.
1st down and 10, Marauders set under center. Simmons will hand off to Hanks this time, going to the left-hand side. Hanks is picked up and driven backwards. A gain 2 inside the 20, however, so he's got about 1.5 yards and brings up 2nd down and 9 here for the Marauders. Well, Hanks has got that old up the middle duty, as we've known over the years. We ought to start coming up with a name for that guy. Maybe we'll start giving out the Aaron Midkiff Award.
Right.
Here's Marauders' second play, and it looks like a fumble at the line of scrimmage, which is covered by Simmons. So now what looked like a great drive by the Marauders is now 3rd and 10 at the 21-yard line. And with the wind in your face, you wouldn't think this is field goal range for Mingus. So, therefore, it must be 2-down territory.
Well, certainly so. I would imagine so. Although I'd be surprised to see Mingus put the ball in the air at this point.
3rd down and 10 play. Hanks in the backfield, and they're going to look to hand off. No, it's Simmons wrapped up and knocked down for a sack all the way back near the 30-yard line.
That's Connor Cathy with the sack, a senior 6'1", 210 defensive lineman, and it looked like Mingus was trying to throw the ball.
Yeah, I think that was one that was designed to let the lineman through and then throw the ball out on a screen to Herndon on the right side. But before he could even bring the ball up to throw to Herndon, he was getting sacked by the guys that were let through the line. 4th down and about 18 here for the Marauders, and they'll line up to go for it. Herndon in motion from the shotgun. Here's the snap. Simmons throws back across the grain to Brewer. Oh, a big block out in front of Brewer. Brewer still on his feet, and he'll be stopped short of a first down inside the 20-yard line to about the 18. Well, that was set up. They got a good block out in front that time. Brewer just had too far to go, and a gain of about 8 or 9 yards, and the turnover on downs will give Seton Catholic 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Still the best field position they've started in what, 3-4 drives?
Yeah. Field's starting to look short to them.
Yeah, no kidding. I can read the scoreboard.
First down and 10. Speaking of the scoreboard, we are at 8:45 in the second quarter, 7-0 Mingus. And from the shotgun, quarterback takes a snap. It's a new quarterback in there, and he'll throw to the left-hand side of the field. He's got a man a catch for Garland, and about 8 yards. That time it was number 13, Ryan Breshnahan at quarterback, a senior, 5'11", 175, had come into the game to play quarterback, and he's going to stay in the game. He's going to remain in there.
Well, he was the starting quarterback and lost his job. Well, actually got injured is what happened during the course of the year, but he is the more mobile of the two quarterbacks.
Second down and 2 now. Trips on the right, 2 on the left. Nobody in the backfield. Marauders defense trying to cover everybody down the field. And here's a pass to a wide open guy in midfield, and he's off and gone to the races. It's going to be a touchdown for number 25, Eric Probst. Nobody near him at all. And a big touchdown strike of 74 yards. And the Marauders an extra point away from seeing this game tied up. Left wide open in the middle of the field, 5 wide outs. And the Marauders just got to cover one of them. He was open by 20 yards all over.
Yeah, that was just straight 5 verticals. Everybody go deep, and I'll find whichever one was open. And Mingus had no pressure coming that time.
This is where you have to be careful of this team that likes to throw the ball now that they've got the wind at their back. And they'll look to go for the extra point. Daniel Garland, number 3, the kicker. Awaiting the hold from Matt Haggerty. The kick is up, and the kick is good. We're tied at 7. 7:59 left to go here in the opening half of play. Seton Catholic gets a big play of 74 yards to score a touchdown to tie it. The Marauders will have the ball when we come back after this.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Back at Apollo High School, Seton Catholic, a big play and a touchdown to tie it. Kind of reminds me a little bit of last week. Here's the kickoff, and it will go through the end zone. The Marauders will have the ball at their 20-yard line to start the drive. The Marauders controlling this game up and down the field. They're controlling it offensively. They're controlling it defensively. All of a sudden, one play, and you give up a touchdown. And this time, it's only to tie it. Last week, the big play for a touchdown gave Coolidge the lead.
Right, certainly so. But, Mingus has got to be able to drive the ball again and sustain a drive.
Well, we got 8 minutes left here, so that's a lot of time to chew off a clock to sustain a drive. But if nothing else, the Marauders need to get down the field and get some more points on the board. Here's the first down play. Handoff going to the right-hand side to Herndon. Herndon hit at the line of scrimmage. Now he's knocked backwards, and no whistles or anything, and they're going to let him continue to get driven backwards. And, I mean, if he's hit initially at the 18-yard line, why do you mark him down at the 15?
That I don't know. I mean, forward progress is forward progress, right?
Right. Instead, it's a loss of 5. Yeah, I mean, it looked like it was a loss of 2, and then they kept pushing him backwards and pushing him backwards, and they decided, this looks good. We'll give him an extra 4, an extra 3 yards. Second down and 15. Simmons set under center. Here's the snap. And they're going to run up the middle, and not much room to run there. It's a gain of 1. Brings up third down now, and 14 for Mingus, as Dakota Hanks is not finding any room up the middle to run here today.
Well, you can see that Seton is starting to make some adjustments defensively out there, moving people around and starting to cover up certain gaps.
And the Marauders now faced with 3rd and long. They don't want to get rid of the ball here and give Seton Catholic a chance to score again. Remember, the Sentinels will have the ball to start the second half of play. Here's a big third down play for the Marauders. And looking to throw, it's a slant on the left-hand side. Brewer's got it, and he's going to be short of a first down by about a yard. Brewers going to be tackled at the 29-yard line, needed to get to the 30, so it's going to be 4th down and about 1 here for Mingus. And you'd have to think they're going to have to punt the ball away straight into the wind.
Now you start to wonder.
Marauders will line up to go for it. And Seton Catholic will have to play defense as if they're going to go for it, but I imagine Simmons is going to punt this thing away. He may try to get him to jump off sides first. There's the snap, and there's the punt into the wind. It won't be very long. It will take a lateral bounce and be down at the 43-yard line. So Seton Catholic is going to get great field position out of it at their own 43-yard line. 1st down and 10. Sentinels, the score tied 7-7 with 6 minutes plus left on the clock there. It's hard to see. And Seton Catholic will take the ball back. So Mingus didn't use much time off the clock at all. They've got to come up with a big stop of their defense here.
Right, certainly so. And starting with the safety play, right?
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yes.
1st down and 10. Sentinels. Now, 1 receiver on the left, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, 1 back in the backfield. Fake the handoff. Looking to throw down the middle of the field. Got a guy wide open again. Just overthrown that time. Daniel Garland was well behind Seneca and would have scored an easy touchdown, but the ball was well over his head and was unable to come up with a catch. Now we've got officials waving their hands and stuff out there and talking things over. There is a flag on the play, and it's going to be holding against Seton Catholic. Well, that'll back them up. Make it 1st down and 20 now. Move the ball well back inside the 35 to the 33-yard line, and that could be a big helper for this Mingus Marauder defense here.
Certainly so, because we were talking about them throwing pretty much everything up underneath against the Mingus Marauder secondary, and last couple of plays they're trying to spread them out and go deep.
1st down and 20 now. 5:48 on the clock here in the second quarter. We're tied at 7. Seton Catholic with the football at their own 33. Here's a snap, looking left, looking left, looking left, pump fake, now looking to run left, and trying to get to the sideline. Mingus will catch him and bring him down. Jordan Wellborn is able to catch and run down 13 Ryan Bresnahan, the quarterback, after a short gain about 2 or 3 yards, and brings up 2nd down and 18 now for Seton Catholic. The clock continues to run, 5:27 and counting.
Great job pursuing the quarterback out there, and great coverage downfield. He had nowhere to go with the ball.
He was looking, pump faking, looking, nowhere to go. Tuck and run.
That timer goes off in the quarterback's head, you know.
Trips right, 1 left, 1 back in the backfield, the left-hand side of the quarterback, standing in a shotgun. Here's a snap, looking to the right, rolling right, looking right, hit and sacked in the backfield. Gregson's got him, picks him up and slams him to the ground. A loss on the play of about 8 or 9 yards, depending on the spot of contact, which looks like they're going to make way back around the 26-yard line. So that's a huge loss, and it brings up 3rd down and, about 25 or so.
Mingus winning the sack game out here tonight. 2 sacks to 1.
Almost 30.
Sweet.
3rd down and long, and now Seton Catholic's thinking about, well, let's take our time, try to run some of that clock. Not going to help too much. It will be well over 4 minutes if the Marauders are able to stop them here on 3rd and a very long. Here's a snap, screen pass to the left-hand side, bringing it back to the middle, breaking a tackle, now down for a short gain. No, not even a gain. He lost yardage inside the 25 to the 24. So a loss of 3 on the play there, and it brings up 4th down and about 30 now.
Great job once again. He tried to run it right against the grain into the Mingus Marauder defense. Not too many people will make Longfellow miss, though.
And a hold and a sack, and next thing you know, you're in all kinds of trouble. Marauders looking for a return here if they can get one from Garcia to give them good field position. Here's a snap, a low snap. It's going to be handled and punted. A nice high spiraling punt that is handled by Garcia at the 35. Garcia still on his feet and now down at about the 35. So decent field position, I guess, for the Marauders. It's not terrible at your own 35-yard line. However, what they need to do is get their offense figured out in a hurry here with 3:35 all that's left on the clock in the opening half. We're tied at 7. Mingus has the ball. This is the time where you could run out the clock and score going into the locker room, knowing that your opponent will have it first in the second half, JB.
Right, certainly so, and Mingus would like to do so, but do it with clock management. Mingus still has all 3 timeouts available.
First down and 10, I formation. Simmons will hand off to Herndon, going to the left-hand side of the line, and he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and knocked backwards for no gain. Second down and 10 now for the Marauders. Not much room to run over there on that side. They got a couple of big players over there doing some damage. That time I think it was big old number 56 that got his head in there first. Matt Hart, 6'3", 210-pound right end.
He was one of the captains for the Sentinel squad out here today.
Second down and 10. Clock starting to run here. And a fumble on the play. And who's got it? Seton Catholic may have it. They say they do. And what's the official say? The officials are holding their fingers up saying third down.
Third fumble for the Mingus Marauders. So far they haven't lost one.
No, but it kills drives.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Third down and about 11 now for Mingus from their own 34. And the clock is down to 2:35 and running here as the Marauders break their huddle. Brewer split wide to the left. Moronis on the right-hand side. Herndon at a wing position. Looks like he's going out on the right. Looking to throw the ball. Simmons down the middle and way over the top of everybody. And incomplete, which stops the clock, unfortunately. Bringing up fourth down here for the Marauders. They're going to have to punt it away. And still 2:24 left to go here in this opening half. I mean, I understand you're trying to get that first down, but I think stopping or getting that clock running might be a little bit more important for Mingus.
Could be. Seton Catholic still has 2 timeouts left, but Mingus has got to give them the ball back here.
Oh, Seton Catholic jumps across the line. That'll help a little bit. Still going to be fourth and about 6 or 7. But we'll move it downfield a little bit and give Simmons a little more room to kick the ball away here. And that's the thing, is that kicking the ball into the wind, you're almost better off with a low-line drive kick like Simmons kicks anyhow.
Right, exactly.
You don't want anything up there floating and being carried backwards.
Put it away from the return guy. He's dangerous.
5 yards is a big deal there on a windy day like this. Here's a snap and a end-over-end punt that is going to roll inside the 30 and keep going. Inside the 25 and down to the 20-yard line, inside the 20 to about the 19. And another good punt that time, right into a stiff wind, and Simmons gained his team about 35 or 40 yards with that punt. And the Marauder defense now will have to come out and make a stand in the final 2:18 of this opening half. We're tied at 7. Seton Catholic's got the ball back, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
I'm pretty sure that the Seton coach is talking to his squad about, hey, when they punt, get your hands up. Because that one
that one wasn't very high at all.
No, about 10 feet high. That was about it.
Well, the Marauders looking for a turnover here. Bresnahan takes a snap and pass left-hand side. He's got it to Probst again. Somebody tackle him, and he's finally down. Out around the 36-yard line. They'll stop the clock to move the sticks. 2:02 left to go here in the opening half. And Seton Catholic already back to the line of scrimmage. As soon as they set the sticks, they're going to be ready to snap it.
He is their leading receiver so far.
Bresnahan looking at, wait, now we got flags flying from everywhere. And it looks like we have a false start. Yep, on the offense. So that'll move him back 5 yards. 1st and 15, moves the ball back to the 31-yard line. And the Marauder defense will have to move up a little bit. Still looking for their first takeaway of the game. Mingus defense looking to be opportunistic here against a team that likes to throw the ball. Looking to throw again. Quarterback's going to tuck it and run. He's hitting down. Good play by the Marauder D once again. Jordan Wellborn comes up with another big play for Mingus. That's going to be a loss of about 2 yards back to inside the 30, the 29-yard line. And now Mingus may be thinking about using some timeouts on defense.
Well, that'll go for a sack.
Here's a snap and a quick throw to the right side. They've got it to receiver. He's got a first down. No, he doesn't. And he's tackled inbounds. So they'll keep running the clock out to about the 44, 3 or 4 yard line. They need to get it to about the 46 for a first down. So the clock at 1:19. Seton Catholic faced with 4th down and about 3 now. And they're over here on the near sideline talking things over. The officials are in a huddle over here in front of the Seton Catholic bench.
That's Anthony Johnson's first catch of the game. Goes for 10 yards.
And I didn't see a flag. Is there a flag down on the field there?
I didn't see one. I see the big yellow ribbon.
And they're over here talking and pointing over to the other side of the field. The Marauder coaches are kind of with their palms up, wondering what's going on here. Giving Seton Catholic a free timeout.
Right.
That's basically what it is.
They're putting together 4 plays in the huddle right now.
Right. And they're moving the down marker, and now a timeout by Seton Catholic. Huh. 1:19 left to go here in the opening half. It's going to be 4th down and 3 for the Sentinels. We'll be back after the Seton Catholic timeout.
2 things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
3rd down and 3 now for Seton Catholic. Takes the snap, looking to throw to the right side. They've got him in. Catch is made, breaking a tackle to the right side. And inside the Marauder 45-yard line to about the 44. And they will stop the clocks to set the sticks. 1:14 it looks like. Might be 1:11 on the clock. It's hard to see out here with the sun beating down on the scoreboard. 1st down and 10 nonetheless. Seton Catholic at the Marauder 44. Looking into the middle of the field. No pressure. Has a man wide open. And making a hit and bringing him down. It'll be close to a 1st down once again. Daniel Garland with the reception. And Seton Catholic quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Clock running, 53 seconds now as quarterback Ryan Bresnahan takes the snap from the gun. Flushed out of the pocket, running to the left-hand side. And it'll be brought down for no gain. He'll actually lose about 2 yards back near the 38-yard line. And Seton Catholic will call a timeout. 42 seconds left in the half. It's 3rd down and 5 now for Seton Catholic at the Marauder 39. We'll take a break and we'll be back after this timeout.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you. We're taking new patients every day. Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
Call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Back at Apollo High School, 39-yard line, 3rd down and 5 here for the Sentinels as they come out of their timeout. Headed out to the middle of the field, actually. The ball is placed on the left hash mark, going from left to right across your radio dial. We'd be going away from the scoreboard at Mingus right now, JB. 3rd down and 5 play. We've got 42 seconds left in the half. Sentinels from the shotgun, looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Gregson's got him for a sack. Gregson with the initial contact. Longfellow finishes him up, and that's going to be a big sack all the way back to about the 46-yard line, and the clock will continue to run here now, down to 27 seconds. It's 4th down, and... well, they didn't change it. Shouldn't it be 4th down? Yeah, it's 4th down and about 13 now for Seton Catholic as the clock is going to run all. You think it's going to run all the way down, and they're going to make one play and a shot for the end zone here to end the half. 9 seconds left, down to 8. And Seton Catholic may not even run a play. Now they're going to call a timeout. They're going to take one shot at it with 5 seconds left in the half. It's 4th down and 12 from the Marauder 46-yard line. And Seton Catholic takes their final timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be back right after this.
Service, convenience, price. Taylor Waste is locally owned and voted #1 in residential garbage collection for the past 8 years in a row. And right now, new customers will enjoy 2 months free service with your switch to Taylor Waste. Add an extra container and take part in Taylor Waste's popular clean recycling program as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Pelletier. 4th down and 12 for Seton Catholic with 5 seconds left to go in the half. And you have to think they're going Hail Mary here, JB. You just don't want a defensive penalty down there around the goal line to give them an extra snap. 5 seconds left here. Quarterback Bresnahan is going to be in the shotgun with one back to his right side. Trips on the right. 2 on the left here, no 1 on the left, and a running back moves from the right to the left-hand side. Here's the snap, and looking downfield, firing it. It's up for grabs, and it's going to be intercepted. Oh, no, Garcia had a chance to intercept it and then was run into by Garland, and it falls incomplete.
Well, great job by the Mingus Marauders. Standing once again, keeping this a knotted-up game, 7-7 as we move into halftime. But Mingus has definitely done well in the secondary. One major oops, and that's been about it.
Well, that's all it was last week, really. It was the one play for 80 yards and a touchdown. This time, the Mingus Marauders give up one play that was about a 74-yarder for a touchdown. Other than that, the Marauders have played really well defensively. They got to get the offense rolling here. Of course, the defense will be on the field first in the second half as the Marauders will kick off. All right, fans, let's take a quick break right here. We are at halftime at Apollo High School. 7-7 is our score. We'll be back with the halftime report coming up right after this.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you. We're taking new patients every day. Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
Call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
2 things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Service, convenience, price. Taylor Waste is locally owned and voted #1 in residential garbage collection for the past 8 years in a row. And right now, new customers will enjoy 2 months free service with your switch to Taylor Waste. Add an extra container and take part in Taylor Waste's popular clean recycling program as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Back here at Glendale Apollo High School, Jackie Bessler along with you. Lori Simmons with us.
Hi, Jackie.
Hi, how are you?
I could be better. 7-7. That's okay. I'll pull this out.
I know. Let's see. How many roles do you play here? You are a proud mommy.
Yes.
Right? Of Luke Simmons, our starting quarterback.
Thank you.
And, of course, you are here today representing the Red Dot Club.
Correct. That's correct.
A friend of the Marauder Club.
Very much so.
And you serve on like 19,000 boards.
A little bit.
Right.
And I work full time too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just in case they can't see on television. All right. Let's show the new shirt there. First of all, where'd you get it?
I got this at Ragtime in Cottonwood, who are big Mingus Marauder supporters. So maybe you'll have to read it if they can't read it, Jackie.
It says, "Real women love football. The rest of y'all stay in the kitchen."
So for those of you who know me, very, very appropriate shirt.
I know. Where do you get that?
Well, of course, I'm married to a football coach.
Right.
In fact, Mark just lived down the street
I meant
here.
the shirt, not the
Oh,
attitude.
I told you Ragtime, but
Okay,
you know,
all
their
right.
whole Real Women Love Football, yeah.
Oh, no, I absolutely love that. So how's the feel in the stands?
This feel in the stands is really good. Other than that one runaway play, we feel like defense is doing really well. We just got to get Luke to connect on a few more, and we're going to bring out the win here. We're going to stay and watch our opponent for next week.
Oh, God, I would love that. Absolutely love that. Of course, we do have our opponents playing next game, Sholo and Buckeye. Should be a big running game coming up after that.
Yeah.
However, we're having you here at halftime to talk about something coming up at the end of the year. And since of course, you work for Chase, you got the financial mind to it, but it's the Arizona State tax credit.
Absolutely. So the Arizona State tax credit can be used to help our schools in a lot of ways, Jackie. One of the programs that can benefit is, in fact, the football program. So our boys are fortunate to go to a California camp every year. And, of course, there's kids with a little bit of financial need. We know the economy's tight right now, so we want to make sure to send all these kids to our California camp. You can do that through our Arizona tax credit. There's a lot of other things. You can just donate directly to the football program, and if Coach has kids that need a couple of helmets that Red Dot couldn't pick up, or we need new jerseys, anything like that, everything that the football team does can be supported through the tax credit. But of course, as can every program here at Mingus. So whether it be arts or different types of field trips, and especially athletics, all the athletics can be supported. So we don't want to leave anybody out. We're here today to support football, but we support all extracurricular activities at Mingus.
Well, I want to make sure everybody understands this. With the Arizona State tax credit, you can donate to a public school. That does not inhibit you from donating to a private school.
That is true.
Okay. And you can also donate to a working poor organization like the Old Town Mission. And it isn't one. You don't have to pick one. You can pick all of them, actually.
Absolutely. And we encourage people to pick all three. So a lot of times people will do all three, and then just remember that if you pay Arizona taxes, you're going to get that right back as soon as you file your tax returns.
So it's kind of like telling your tax dollars where to go instead
exactly.
of
Not waiting for the legislature to put that to the programs that are important to you. You tell them.
Okay. Now the amounts. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it $250 that you?
It's $250 per individual, but $400 per married couple.
Forgot that part.
Yep. And I apologize. I don't know the amounts for the other two, Jackie.
I do, but we're talking about Mingus at this particular point.
Sure.
So you can designate that. You can break it up if you want to. You could do part to football. You could do part to basketball, part to cheerleading, whatever you want to do.
Absolutely. You bet. You just designate that right on the form. You can get the form on the MUHS website. We'll make sure and link it up to the Mingus football Facebook page this week. So anybody that's interested, you have to do it before December 31st.
That is true. The private school one you can do later than the 31st. However, public school, you have to do it by the 31st of December. And one thing that you and I mentioned real quickly was the fact that Mingus is one of the few programs left, at least in northern Arizona, maybe even the state, that does not pay for play.
That is true. Of course, as we know, a lot of our families in Cottonwood were affected by the fall in the economy, and we want to make sure that every child who wants to participate in an extracurricular activity at Mingus has the opportunity. So no one is charged to play sports at Mingus Union High School. I do believe we're one of the only schools in the state that still offers that. So we have a lot of fundraising to do, so any dollars we can raise through tax credit, boy, we'd be really appreciated.
No kidding, and it's money you were going to pay anyways, right?
That's right. That's right.
It's kind of like giving free money back to the school.
It is. It is.
Absolutely. And when you buy the Real Women Love Football shirt, does any of that go back to Mingus?
No, I don't think so, because Ragtime is a private business in Cottonwood, although they are Red Dot supporters. So some of their funds do come back to Red Dot. So in a way, we do get it back.
See, I absolutely love that. Here we are, 7-7 here at halftime. Lori, thank you so much for coming in and speaking with us.
Thanks, Jackie. We appreciate it. And go Marauders.
And thank you for using your indoor voice.
Yes. Now I can go back and use my outdoor voice? Okay.
Yes, now we'll hear you from the stands.
Yes,
all right.
you will.
We're going to take a break. We'll return to the press box here at Glendale Apollo High School. 7-7 in round 2 of the Division IV playoffs. Mingus scored first. Seton Catholic came back, scored in the second quarter, and we'll tell you how and show you how right after this.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you. We're taking new patients every day. Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
Call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's prime rib to cowboy caviar, and from cactus fries to cowboy burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Would you rather recycle like this or like this? Clean Recycling processes over 95% of the materials collected as opposed to under 20% with other processes. Just add a recycling container and your recycling materials end up recycled instead of in the landfill. Just one of the many reasons Taylor Waste has been voted #1 for the past 9 years in a row.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Hey, back again, JB.
Welcome back.
Thanks. At halftime here, the Marauders and the Sentinels tied at 7. We'd like to thank Lori Simmons for coming and joining us here at halftime. And let's get into some of the first half stats that we had. The Marauders scored first, and Seton Catholic scored second, and that's all the scoring we had.
Right, exactly. Well, you know, Mingus has led the game for more than 44 seconds, so that's an improvement over last week. However, it's the final 44 that makes the difference. Mingus did score first, interesting enough, in the air, 37 yards. Simmons finds Brewer out there in traffic. Let's see, takes one hit from behind, One guy gets him to stand up, and then
he hit somebody.
Yep, there you go.
He does.
Great block. And Brewer just kind of spins off of everybody and finds the end zone. Mingus was up 6-0, and Cadera makes it 7 with the extra point. And wow, Mingus, I think, shocked Seton with the score in the air against them after they had just been run. However, second quarter action, 7:59 left to go, and a breakdown defensively for the Marauders. Not sure if we had 9 guys on the field or not. It sure looks like it as Breshnahan throws over to a wide open Probst who had come out of the backfield. It was 5 verticals. Everybody go deep. I'll see if I can find somebody open. And the closest one to him was the safety, Garcia, who turns around and says, who has him? Who had him? Nobody had him.
It was a 25-yard pass and a 50-yard run after catch.
Yep, 73 yards total as Probst puts the Sentinels on the board. And here we are at halftime, 7-7 after that. Let's see. I don't think Mingus had a first down after that point, and Seton only had a couple.
The offense needs to add a little flavor. That's what they need to do. The offense has gotten stagnant again. The offense has gotten pretty vanilla. It's kind of just run the ball this way, run the ball this way, run the ball that way, and punt it away. And they need to try to mix it up a little bit. I think part of that is because the whole second quarter, the Marauders were in were in the with the wind at their face.
Right.
And that made a big difference for Mingus there. In the first quarter of play, they had the wind at their back, and they were able to throw the ball down the field, where in the second quarter, they had the wind in their face, and the passing game was restricted a little.
Well, certainly so. And obviously, Mingus is going to have those advantages here for the third quarter, the fourth quarter coming up later on, which will be fantastic. However, interesting enough, something that I think is absolutely key, Mingus has put the ball on the turf 3 times here today. Has 3 fumbles.
Right.
Thank the Lord, has not lost one of them.
Well, and that's because they weren't fumbles like getting the handoff and running and fumbling it. They've been like the snap itself, the exchange of the snap. And then one time where they tried to hand off to, I think it was Herndon, he was able just to fall right on it.
Yeah, he had to struggle to get back to it. He was in the process of being tackled and able to get to the ball as it bounced away from him in front of him. But Mingus has survived that. So they've put the ball on the turf 3 times today. Do not have a takeaway. Garcia, on last play of the first half, almost had one, and it was broken up by the receiver. But nonetheless, I think that's going to be key and crucial. These two teams knotted up and matched pretty well here, and somebody's going to break something away that's going to make the difference. Hopefully that's going to be Mingus.
Well, nothing's crucial in the first drive of the second half in a tie ball game, but the Mingus Marauders need to get a stop, I think, JB, just to get their momentum going again, just to get their confidence going again. Seton Catholic will have the ball to start the second half. If Mingus can get them and pin them deep and get the ball with good field position again, the Marauders have had field position throughout this football game. It's kind of reminiscent of last week where the Marauders had the ball in great field position or moved the ball into great field position themselves offensively all game long and then didn't have anything to show for it. Kind of the same thing here tonight. We got 1 touchdown, giving up 1 touchdown, kind of like last week on a big play, a broken coverage by the Mingus Marauders, and that's it. So as far as defensively, Mingus has played really well defensively here in this one, with the exception of that one play. Offensively, the Marauders started out pretty good in the first quarter to the wind at their back. Second quarter, not so good. I think they need to be able to establish the run game to start the second half of play, and then when they do have the wind at their back, that's when they're going to have to take their opportunities to throw.
Defensively, you made mention Mingus has played well. Carter has a sack. Gregson has 1.5. Wellborn has a sack. Longfellow a half a sack. And I'm not sure the Sentinels are used to being sacked this many times.
Chased around like that, yeah.
Exactly. And I will say this, for giving up the one long touchdown, it has been the Mingus Marauders secondary which has produced some of these sacks because the quarterbacks had 7 seconds to get rid of the ball.
We've seen a couple times where he's pumped and rolled and looked and pump faked again, and there's just nowhere to go. And some of the times he's even just tucked to run after your second, third, fourth option. Nobody's open. Here's the 5th option.
Right, I've gone through them twice. I can't find a red shirt.
Well, the teams are headed back out on the field now. Seton Catholic in their red uniforms with the gold pants and the red helmets here on our near side. The Mingus Marauders now make their way out of the locker room over to the far side of the field in their white uniforms with the red pants and the silver helmets. Mingus Marauders defense might have to pull them through in this one, JB. The offense hasn't been getting it done here so much lately, and we'll see if they can figure out a way to get some more points on the board. I think the defense got to carry them. Let's take a quick break right here, our final break of halftime, as the Mingus Marauders and Seton Catholic Sentinels get ready to battle in the second half. A 7-7 tie here at halftime. We'll be back after this.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
Two things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you. We're taking new patients every day. Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Back at Apollo High School to start the second half of play. The Mingus Marauders set to kick the ball off. We're tied at 7 here against the Seton Catholic Sentinels. And Jair Jacobo in to kick the ball away for the Mingus Marauders. Back deep to receive number 7, Matt Haggerty, and number 21, Nico Villegas. Here's the kick, and it's a line drive. It's taken by Haggerty at the 7. Haggerty brings it back to the middle of the field. Pelletier after him, and he can't get him. Running to the right-hand side now, jumping over defenders, and a flag on the play. And that's most likely going to back Seton Catholic up a little bit here on this drive. It was a decent return out to about the 27 or 8 yard line, but that flag is most likely going to back them up for a block in the back, and they'll move the ball back inside the 20 at least to start this drive.
Well, while they do that, let's take a look at some of the stats here in the first half. We'll start with Seton. The Sentinels throwing the ball here. They had 150 yards in the air. Bresnahan, who played the second quarter, goes 6 for 7, 128 yards, 1 touchdown. One of those strikes, 73 yards to his receiver Probst. Actually out of the backfield, 3 receptions, 97 yards, and a touchdown. Only 2 rushing yards in the first half from Seton out here today.
They moved that ball all the way back to the 10-yard line, so that's like a 19-yard penalty on the block in the back that time, JB.
Well, that certainly helps Mingus pin him deep again, and that means their throwing game is going to be almost out of the end zone.
Bresnahan in at quarterback, and they start at their 10-yard line. Here's a snap, handoff in the backfield, hit and drilled in the backfield, gets away for a moment, and then hit again and drilled some more. That's a double driller that time, man. That's when you have a drill in both hands. You wham him 2 times. And he's down for a loss on the play of about 3 yards, back to about the 7-yard line, brings up second down and 13 now. And again, Wellborn in there on the play.
That's their leading rusher, Antonio Campabella.
Here's the second down play, and they look to throw to the left-hand side on a screen pass. Got a man, but he's down for a short gain of about a yard or 2, back to the 9-yard line, where it's going to be third down and 11.
Well, they go back to one of their leading receivers, that's Garland, but the little screen pass well covered by the Marauders.
Yeah, no doubt that time, huh? Third down and 11 now from the 9-yard line. Marauder defense looking for a quick 3-and-out. 2 receivers on the right side, 1 on the left-hand side. Back in the backfield, we'll move from the right to the left-hand side of the quarterback, and now back to the right-hand side. Marauder linebacker switching sides as well. Here's a snap. Look at the throw over the middle. They got a man wide open, and he's breaking tackles and still on his feet. Caught by Brewer, but he'll have a first down out near the 25-yard line. So it goes from 3rd and 11 at the 9 to a quick slant and a catch by Garland that time, and he's got it all the way out to the 26-yard line and a first down.
Man, he is a tall drink of water out there, just towering over the Mingus Marauders defensive backs, but it was a well-placed slant.
Trips on the left, one on the right. No, two on the right. Here's the snap. And looking to roll left, throw it left. Nobody sees it except for the Marauders, but Senegal is too far away to be able to catch it before it hits the ground again. Looking for Garland. Garland didn't turn around. That was like a timing pattern. The quarterback threw it before he even came out of his break, and it was behind him, incomplete.
Well, the platoon quarterback system out here by the Sentinels, apparently Bresnahan, who went 6 for 7 in the first half, 128 yards. He's earned the job over the first quarter passer, David Gretzky, who went 5 for 8, only 22 yards.
Yeah, and he's disappeared. Here's the 2nd down and 10 play. Trips on the left again. Looking right. Pump fake. Looking to run now as the middle opens up and run into the left-hand side of the field. The Marauders in pursuit, still on his feet. Bresnahan hit at the sideline and knocked out of bounds. He'll have a first down across the 40 to the 42-yard line. A gain on the play of about 17 yards and a first down. So Seton Catholic, who was pinned deep, 3rd and 11 at their 9, has now picked up back-to-back first downs and have it 1st and 10 at their own 41.
And back to the line quickly they are. They spread it out. Mingus, let's see if they can pick up this spread offense.
Pelletier and Kitchen play the slot backs. From the shotgun, here's a snap. Bresnahan looking left, throwing left, short pass. He's got it to Garland, who makes the reception, and it's knocked out of bounds across midfield to the Marauder 49, which will be just shy of a first down, a gain of 9. And Seton Catholic starting to pick the Marauders apart defensively with the passing game.
Well, it's just the short little stuff. In fact, he doesn't even go downfield very far, maybe a yard, 2 yards. It's almost like a screen pass.
Yeah, just a little screen. 2nd down and 1. Here's a snap and a option, a pitch into the right-hand side. They've got a first down. Still going. Ball's loose. And I think Seton Cat. No, the Marauders have it. The Marauders have it. A fumble, and it's recovered by Mingus. First down. Well, I don't know. Now what is it? The official was pointing the Marauder way. Now what's he saying? Nobody's leaving the field.
Yeah, I think he was just pointing down.
Pointing down?
Yeah, number 58 came up with it, I think.
Wow.
Or 56,
It
Matthew
sure looked
Hart.
like they had it, but that official ran in and pointed the Marauder way, fooling us up here in the box, at least one of us. 1st down and 10. The carry is inside the Marauder 45 to the 43. Here's a snap. Looking to throw, wide open again on the left-hand side. Garland breaks a tackle and now out of bounds near a first down once again. Marauders not doing a good job containing number 3, Daniel Garland, here to start this first drive of the second half. Seton Catholic started with the ball at their own 10-yard line. They've now got it 2nd down and 2 at the Marauder 34.
Well, it's all out to Garland, just short stuff. Cienega's giving him a little bit too much cushion.
Yeah. Kind of reminds you of the Notre Dame game a couple years ago. Here's a snap. And all day to throw again to Garland on the left-hand side of the field. You know, if you throw it like 6 times in a row and they make it every time, then the 7th time, try to do something different. They're giving him a 10-yard cushion. He's going 5 yards, turning around, catching the ball, and then diving forward for another couple. You got to play this kid a little closer. He's not going anywhere. He's stepping off the line and making the catch. Seneca now will step up onto him. Let's see what they do here. There's nowhere to throw. Garland over the middle. And now to the end zone. They got a guy wide open. Touchdown, Haggerty. Well, they finally covered Garland, but they left Haggerty alone wide open down the middle of the field, and he'll score a touchdown. And the Marauders trail for the first time in the game, 13-7, a 90-yard touchdown drive to start the second half for Seton Catholic. They picked the Marauders secondary apart, throwing the ball down the field.
Well, it ends up 24 yards for the touchdown, and great job just moving down the line, finding his open receiver.
Garland, it was Garland, play after play after play till Haggerty at the end. Garland now in to attempt the extra point to give his team a 7-point lead. Awaiting the snap, good hold. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Seton Catholic, 90 yards and a touchdown to start the second half of play, and now lead the Marauders 14-7. Mingus has given up 14 unanswered and trail by a touchdown. We'll be back after this.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
Back at Apollo High School, the Sentinels punch in a touchdown in their opening drive of the second half and now have a 14-7 lead. Here's their kickoff taken by Herndon at the 15. Herndon to the middle of the field through the initial defense. Herndon out to the left-hand side across the 30 and caught from behind at about the 32-yard line. And that's where the Marauders will take over. 1st and 10, now trailing for the first time in the ball game. 14-7 is the score. The Marauders have the ball for the first time here in the second half.
Well, Mingus just almost went into a prevent defense on that near side, not covering pretty well. Now Mingus has got to respond offensively.
1st down and 10 Marauders. Simmons set under center. And awaiting the snap, there it is, and a pitch to the right-hand side to Herndon. Herndon trying to get to the corner, trying to follow a block from Hanks. Still on his feet, Herndon finally knocked down out across the 40 to the 41 or 2-yard line. It's a gain of about 7 on 1st down, brings up 2nd down and short here for the Marauders. Mingus needs to get this offense rolling, now trailing by a touchdown.
Well, pretty nice run and a good blocking scheme. It just kind of going downhill with that run. He just kept running and running and running and had room to go.
2nd down and 4. The Marauders back to the line of scrimmage. Simmons looking to take the snap. Defense steps up on the line. It's fumbled. Simmons picks it up, and he'll just dive on it and lose about a yard. The Marauders have fumbled the snap about 4 or 5 times in this ball game, and it's really becoming a drive killer for the Marauders.
Well, Zach, not really becoming. It has killed 3 different drives we've had.
3rd down and about 4 here for the Marauders. Awaiting the snap, Simmons in the shotgun, Kitchen in motion. Now we got flags flying. Simmons throws down the field. He's got Brewer wide open, and he would have scored.
Oh.
But the flags on the play stop the play, which most likely is going to be an illegal motion against Mingus. Yep.
That was an expensive penalty.
Yep, Brewer caught it out in the open. He would have scored. Instead, the Marauders are going to lose 5 yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and 10. Now 9 is what it's going to be. 8:46 left to go, 3rd quarter. Marauders trailing 14-7. They've got it 3rd down and 9 at their own 40, about their own 40-yard line. It's 3rd and 10 from there.
Man, they had set that play up. Took them probably 3 quarters to do so.
Here's the snap, rolling to his left, looking to throw. Simmons hit as he throws to Herndon, who makes the catch. Herndon down the field, and he's got it all the way to the 20-yard line. What a tremendous effort and catch by Tyler Herndon. Would not be denied. He makes the one-handed grab down the left-hand side of the field and rumble, bumble, stumbles down to about the 19-yard line. Tyler Herndon with a big play for the Mingus Marauders, and Mingus now set up inside the red zone. 1st down and 10 at the 19.
46 yards on the reception. I can't believe he actually caught that one.
Clock running. 8:08 left to go in the 3rd quarter as Marauders are back to the line of scrimmage. Handoff to Hanks on the left-hand side. Flags come flying in. Hanks is being driven backwards. He had a gain of about a yard or so, but a penalty flag comes flying in from back in the secondary, defensive secondary. Most likely that's going to be a hold against Mingus, and that'll back him up. We've got holding against the Marauders. Well, we saw a hold earlier in the ball game go against Seton Catholic that really stymied their drive. The Marauders had it 1st and 10 at the 19. It's now going to be pushed back all the way down around the 29-yard line. Now they're going to move to the 27, so it happened a couple yards downfield. And it will be 1st down and 18 here for Mingus.
Dakota Hanks, by the way, has got 6 carries on the game. He's only been able to muster 15 yards.
Man in motion is Herndon, rolling to his right, looking to throw is Simmons. Still looking. He throws. The reception is made. Short gain. It's Moronis with the catch that time. He's inside the 25 to about the 23. A gain of 5 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and about 13, maybe even close to 14 here for the Marauders. Plenty of time to go. Down 14-7. 7.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Marauders now 2nd down and long.
Moronis got punished for catching that ball in the open field, didn't he?
You got to give it to him for holding on.
Yeah, 27 came up and just leveled him. That's Gregory Lebenz. That's their leading tackler.
Here's the snap and a handoff. Simmons has it. He'll option the left-hand side to Rios. Rios stiff arms one player, and he's going to be tackled back around the 20-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 now for the Marauders. And most likely 2-down territory from here. However, Mingus does have the wind to their back should they be thinking about a field goal attempt, which I have to think they're not.
Well, no, not being down by 7 at this point in the game. Interesting, Dakota Hayes got tackled, Simmons got tackled, and then finally Rios.
Here's the snap. Simmons drops back, throws left side, has a man catch made by Moronis for a 1st down inside the 10. He's out of bounds at the 8-yard line. What a big play by Brandon Moronis. And the Mingus Marauders have got it 1st down and goal at about the 8-yard line. Big time play that time for the Mingus Marauders.
Well, great job, and Mingus moving the ball through the air. They really wanted to move it on the ground and have decided that they're going to have to do it through the air here this afternoon.
1st down and 10 Marauders. 1st down and goal Marauders from the 8 rather as they come back to the line of scrimmage. I formation, and it looks like it's Herndon behind Hanks. Here's the snap. Herndon's got it to the right side. He's hit at the line, dives forward inside the 5. He's down to the 3. 2nd and goal for the Marauders from, might be at the 4-yard line. Yeah, they're going to mark him at the 4.
That's a great 1st down run deep in the red zone. That opens up the playbook, does it not?
And it is going to be 2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line. 5:55 left to go in the 3rd quarter of play. And the Mingus Marauders are knocking on the door of the end zone here, looking to tie this thing up. 2nd down and goal play. Man in motion is Rios, and looking to throw. Simmons does throw to the corner of the end zone over the head of Moronis, and incomplete. Simmons got decked on the play, and it will be 3rd down and goal for the Marauders from the 4-yard line.
Well, that was a good job by Simmons, keeping his head and just throwing that one away since the intended play was broken up by the pass rush. Interesting enough, this is a Sentinel team that comes in with 3.9 sacks per game. They've only been able to get to Simmons once.
3rd down and goal, Marauders from the 4. Here's a snap going to Herndon around the left-hand side, breaking 1 tackle and not the 2nd. And he's down for a loss on the play of about 2 back to the 6-yard line, and Coach Young's going to go for the field goal here, JB. Figuring any points is better than no points. And 3 points might be huge at the end of this one.
Well, certainly so, and you could tell that Seton Catholic knew what was coming. Everybody was running downhill at that one defensively.
24-yard field goal attempt here for Gilbert Cadera. The holder, Tanner Karen. There's a snap, and it's fumbled. Karen rolling to the right-hand side, throws to the end zone, and we have an incomplete pass.
Ooh.
And the Marauders turn it over on downs, and it looks like Cadera's hurt. He's limping off the field. So a errant snap. Karen was able to get up with it and roll to his right and try to throw it to the end zone. And the Marauders turn it over on downs at the 6-yard line. Woo! Well, now the defense is going to have to come up with a big play. Already down a touchdown. This is about where Seton Catholic started their touchdown drive of the first drive of the 2nd half. And they did it throwing the ball on short screen passes to the left-hand side to Daniel Garland. Here's the snap. Run up the middle and still on his feet and now finally tackled. Running over a couple of Marauders, running over Andrew Garcia that time is 25, Eric Probst, and at 5'9", 155, not the type of back you'd expect to try to run over people.
No, but he had a good head of steam coming out of that backfield.
Yeah, gained 6 yards, 2nd and 4 now. Out to the 14-yard line. 2 left, 2, 3 on the right-hand side. Empty backfield. Man in motion is Probst, and they're going to hand it to him. No, the quarterback's going to keep it and look to run to the right. Spun around, hit now in the backfield and down. Loss on the play.
Well, they may give him, not much. They give him progress almost back to the line.
Yeah, he didn't get back to the line. And that's where they will mark it, and it will be 3rd down. 3rd and about 4 or so. Long 3 at least. Cadera made the tackle on that one, JB. He was a little dinged up after that last play where the Marauders botched the field goal attempt. Here's a big third down play for the defense. Brescian takes a snap and hands off, trying to run against the Marauders and nowhere to go. Big play by Jordan Wellborn again, and he'll knock him down for a short gain, about a yard. Bringing up 3rd down and 2 now, and Seton Catholic will look to punt the ball away into a stiff wind. Standing at his goal line, Haggerty will look to punt it away, and Garcia will back up to return the punt. He'll await the ball right around midfield.
Great job by Wellborn getting rid of his block to hold that tackle position.
And Haggerty standing at his goal line, looking to punt the ball away into a stiff wind. Here's the snap, and the punt is up. It's a low line drive, and will be taken by Garcia, and he fumbles out of bounds. Wow. At the 43-yard line of Seton Catholic. So the Marauders have good field position once again to start this drive. Down by 7. They move the ball down to the 5-yard line on their last drive before missing a field goal attempt. And now they have it 1st and 10 at the Seton Catholic 43. Still 3:06 left to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Marauders looking to tie it here on the drive.
Sorry, Zach. I'm making sure that my heart started again after that one.
1st down and 10. Mingus back to the line of scrimmage now. They've got one back in the backfield, and it's going to be Simmons rolling, throwing down the field. He's got a man, and off to the left-hand side of the field. Down the left sideline he goes. Dakota Hanks won't be stopped until he's knocked out of bounds. Oh, they're going to mark him way back downfield. I thought he was inside the 20. They're going to mark him out around the 25. Still a good play. 1st down and 10. Mingus at the 25-yard line.
Great job just breaking him out of the backfield as the Seton Catholic squad was bringing everybody, expecting the run, and the play action works there perfectly.
1st down and 10. Mingus moving the ball. Here's the snap and handoff. Inside handoff going to Kitchen on the left side, and couldn't get much room to run there. He's back across the line of scrimmage, a gain of about 1. 2nd down and 9. 2:45 left 3rd quarter. Seton Catholic leading the Marauders 14-7. Mingus trying to tie it up here on this drive. Got the ball at the Seton Catholic 24-yard line. Back to the line of scrimmage now. The Marauders break their huddle. Hanks in the backfield. It's Kitchen on one side, handoff to Hanks on the left-hand side. Hanks up the middle. He's got a big gain, and he may have a 1st down depending on the spot. He's inside the 15-yard line, right about where he needs to be, and the official says, hey, bring those chains down here. And the Marauders have it 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line with 2:18 left to go in the 3rd quarter, trailing 14-7.
Great job of blocking by the Mingus Marauders up front.
Yeah, it was Herndon.
Hanks did a great job just following his block. Not only that, but the hole was there, and he was able to skip in. No traffic until about 8 yards downfield.
1st down and 10. Marauders take the snap. Handoff going to, no, Simmons is going to be hit and sacked way back around the 21-yard line. Loss of 6, maybe 7 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 17 here for Mingus. It's almost these last 2 weeks like once they get down inside the red zone, it's like they hit the stop button or something.
Yeah, I know. That's what is aggravating. 2nd sack against Simmons in the game. And that one, well, becomes very crucial, pushing him out again.
Yeah, 2nd down and 17 now with 1:28 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Marauders down a touchdown. Waiting the snap. Simmons takes it. Handoff going to Herndon on the left-hand side. Herndon's got some room to run. To the corner he goes. Down the left sideline. He's got a 1st down inside the 5 around the 2. And the Marauders will have it 1st and goal from, where are they going to mark him? About the 2-yard line.
That would be an 18-yard.
Oh, wait a minute. Were they marking him way back there?
Ooh.
It's still going to be 3rd down. How is that? They must have gone out of bounds just before 1st down. It's going to be 3rd and about 1 here for Mingus. Wow, all the way back to the 5.
Well, they got back 15 of it. That's pretty impressive, Zach.
3rd down and about 1 from the 5-yard line. Clock down to 57 seconds. Simmons set under center, takes a snap. Herndon's got it going left. Herndon to the left corner, runs over a player to the end zone. Touchdown! Tyler Herndon runs over a defensive back at the goal line, and and he scores for the second time here today. And Tyler Herndon has put the Marauders an extra point away from tying this ball game with 52 seconds left to go in the third quarter of play. Anthony Johnson, number 11, thought he was going to stand tall in front of Tyler Herndon, and he got smashed for his effort. Marauder extra point attempt is up and good. We're tied at 14. We'll be back. 51 seconds left, third quarter. Mingus to kick off when we return.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Back at Apollo High School, the Marauders take it in. Tyler Herndon scores a touchdown. We're tied at 14. Jacobo kicks off. It is taken at the 5-yard line by Haggerty. Haggerty to the right side of the field, jumps in the air and gets hammered at about the 25.
Wow, that's dangerous.
Big time.
Oh, hey, got a couple of scores for you. Snowflake, last we heard, beating Empire 7-0.
Oh.
And Southern Utah with a touchdown field goal and a safety leading NAU 12-0.
Jacks have been good this year. They got their work cut out for them.
Well, they got a little bit of a hole that they got to dig out of. That one's in the second half.
Oh, yeah, they got a couple touchdowns they need to score in a hurry here, kind of like the Marauders.
Yes. Well,
oh, hey, and the updates come in fast and furious. And first down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Seton Catholic, pump fake, looking to throw, hit by Pelletier and sacked back at the 20-yard line. A loss of 5 on the play, a flag on the play as well. So this might be interesting. The Marauders may take 2nd and 15 instead of 1st and 20.
I would decline the hold there if that is indeed what it is. Hey, by the way, an update. Snowflake now still over Empire by 7, except the scores changed 14-7.
The Marauders are going to decline it. So they'll take the 5-yard loss on the sack. And, oh, we have an injured player. Nobody even knew he was down. An injured Seton Catholic player over by the Marauder sideline. Looks like it was a cramp is what it looks like, yeah. Marauder trainer Michael Boyson out there immediately pushing his foot back a little bit, trying to stretch out his calf, and it looks like he's cramped up right around midfield. So both teams take a knee, and with that, let's take a quick break here. It is going to be 2nd down and 15 for Seton Catholic from their own 20-yard line when we return after this injury timeout.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's prime rib to cowboy caviar, and from cactus fries to cowboy burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Back at Apollo High School, JB, if we were on the other side of town, they'd be running into the KFC to get all the salt packets.
I remember that. Oh, my goodness.
We were at Sunny Slope for the playoffs, and that's when the kids started getting cramped up or whatever, and they ran over to the KFC and started feeding them all salt packets.
Right. I do. I recall that. Now, players still down on the field. Look, just now getting up. I had an update here.
Oh, it's 19.
Southern Utah 12. NAU gets on the board with 7, and they're just underway in the fourth quarter. 11:43 left to go in the game.
A lot of time left. A lot of time.
Hey, want to look at some first half stats by the Mingus Marauders if we can. As for in the first half, Mingus did a pretty decent job, but most of it through the air. Quarterback Luke Simmons, 4 for 7, 71 yards. The touchdown to Brewer, who had 3 receptions, 60 yards, and 36 yards rushing on the ground. That was it.
The injured player, 19, Caleb Crick, was their deep threat. their main threat is number 3, Daniel Garland, but he's a short pass catch and run down the field guy. This kid Crick is their deep threat, and he's coming off the field right now. 2nd down and 15. Here's the snap. They're going to hand off, trying to sweep to the right-hand side to Haggerty. Haggerty hit, and he's going to be driven backwards. And the Marauders come up with a big play. It looks like Longfellow again with a big tackle for the Mingus Marauders. You mentioned earlier, JB, Longfellow 2nd in the state in tackles, according to Max Preps.
Yep. In fact, he was only 2 behind a player who was on the Maricopa squad who is not playing football anymore.
3rd down and 7 here for Seton Catholic. Big 3rd down play for this Marauder defense. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. We head to the 4:48 at 14-14. It's 3rd down and 7. Seton Catholic. Marauder D trying to come up with a big stop and see if we can get that lead back. We'll be back to finish out the 4th quarter coming up after this.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders, committed to strengthening communities right here in Arizona. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Arizona Interscholastic Association and the Arizona Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back at Apollo High School, 3rd down and 7. As the Sentinels have the ball here. A big 3rd down play for the Mingus Marauder defense. See if they can come up with a stop and get that ball back as we start the 4th quarter of play. It's been a lot of throwing the ball so far for Seton Catholic in the 2nd half. Here's a snap. Brescian throws, and he's got him, but he drops it incomplete, and it's going to be 4th down. The Marauders come up with a break that time as the ball hit Garland right in the hands, and it may have been dislodged from his hands by one of the Marauder defenders, and nonetheless, it falls incomplete and makes it 4th down and 7, and Mingus will get the ball with 11:57 left to go in the ball game, just underway in the 4th quarter, tied at 14.
Yeah, I think somebody got a shoulder pad on the ball as soon as it got to the basket and dislodged it. So I think that was not a drop. I think that was a pass defense out there.
Time for Garcia to come up with a big play in the punt return game. Haggerty, good snap, and he'll get the punt off. It's high. And it's going to drift and take a bounce, and Garcia will field it to 21. Garcia down the left-hand side of the field, and he'll be knocked out of bounds around 27 or 8 yard line. So he saved his team some field position there, at least from where he caught it to where he returned it to, and who knows how much further that ball would have bounced. So Garcia, nice job there just to make sure that it doesn't bounce down around the 10 or something. And the Marauders have decent field position. It looks like they're going to start them at about the 28 yard line.
Well, the other piece to that is the height of the punt. The high punt does not give Garcia any kind of room between him and the cover team.
No, he had to let it bounce. 1st down and 10 now. Marauders scored their last possession. Let's see if they can keep the momentum rolling. They're going to come out in a power I. Herndon in the I position, awaiting the snap, and they fake the handoff. Simmons to throw, and he throws it behind Brewer, and incomplete. Stops the clock, 2nd down and 10, 11:43 left to go here in regulation time, JB. We got a tie ball game at 14-14. We hope we don't need more than regulation, but if we do, we want us on top.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, Mingus and Seton playing a heck of a ball game here. Nobody really breaking this one open. Simmons so far as we just get underway in the 4th quarter, 8 for 13, 1 touchdown, 154 yards.
Not bad. 2nd down and 10. Simmons set under center, takes a snap. Handoff coming to Herndon on the left-hand side. Cuts it back into the middle. And it'll be knocked down after a gain of about 3 yards, it looks like, across the 30-yard line with the ball and to about the 33 or so. So it's going to bring up third down, and we'll call it 6 for the Marauders.
Yeah, that was a long 3. That looks more like a 4 to me, doesn't it?
Yeah, we'll give him 4. We like him. He scores touchdowns. He's a good guy at sports.
Yeah.
We're going to really like him here in this spring.
And Corey gives me a lug nut wrench.
Yeah, well, yes, that's very important. Very important. We're not far from Cortez.
No, we are not.
Third down and 6 play. Here's the snap. Simmons rolls right. Simmons throws down the field, and it is caught by Kitchen. First down across midfield. Kitchen with another big play for the Marauders, just like last week. And he's got it for first down to the Sentinel 47-yard line. First down and 10 Marauders looking to roll here in the fourth quarter, tied at 14.
20 yards, and I'm not exactly sure how Kitchen caught that one. He was in kind of a zone defense, completely surrounded by Sentinels, and he came down with the ball.
I don't think they realized he was behind them.
No.
First down and 10. Here's the snap and a handoff going to the left-hand side. It's Hanks who will barrel forward for what he can, which is 2 yards, and brings up 2nd and 8 from right on the 45-yard line.
Well, Hank's getting the dirty work once again. He has, so far in today's game, I want to give him credit for it. 8 carries, 27 yards.
There's a guy that has a lug nut wrench.
Yeah, no kidding.
2nd down and 8 for the Marauders from the 45-yard line of Seton Catholic. Tied at 14. Here's the snap. Mingus handoff coming to the left-hand side to Herndon, trying to break a tackle, and he can't get away. Well, he had one guy he had to beat that time. It was 56, Matt Hart. Hart was able to grab him around the waist and hold on and spin him down at the line of scrimmage. Had Herndon broken that tackle, he had a chance to pick up a first down here on the near side of the field. Now, 3rd down and 8 for the Marauders with 10 minutes left to go in a tied ball game, 14-14 here at Apollo.
Every possession is precious and important, so in this game especially the way this is coming down.
Greg Charles lined up at a wideout position on the right-hand side. In motion, Kitchen from left to right. Simmons looking to throw across the middle. Herndon's got it for a first down to about the 32-yard line. Tyler Herndon took a shot, but he held on to the rock, and the Marauders have a first down at the Sentinel 32. Looks like number 7, Haggerty, is coming off the field a little banged up. Herndon may have delivered as much of a blow as he took.
Well, that was definitely a physics collision. They'll look at that one and teach some science at both schools, as both players did not take their eye off the ball or the play. And a huge collision out there. Great job by Herndon to hang on to it.
The Marauders driving in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10. Here's a play up the middle, and it's a run to Hanks. Hanks has a little bit of room, and he's still going. Hanks finally wrestled to the ground after a gain of 9 inside the 25 to 24-yard line. The Marauders looking for the go-ahead score here in the fourth quarter. 9 minutes left.
Herndon, Hanks, his greatest strength is just keeping those legs going. He is low to the ground and keeps those legs moving, and sometimes he goes sideways but still forward.
Guarantees a wrestler.
Yep.
Guarantee.
Oh, you can tell just by the way he runs.
Absolutely. 2nd down and a long one. Here's the snap. Herndon to the left-hand side. Herndon just cuts it back into the middle. I think if he would have kept going to the side, he had room to run. But, of course, it's a little different from up here. You can see the field a lot better than the perspective you have when you have the ball in your hand. And Herndon's knocked down for no gain. Had he come all the way to the sideline, JB, he had room to run.
I think so, but the play was designed to follow Dakota Hanks up through that hole, which would have been the 5 hole. That's where he went, but it wasn't a hole.
Here's a 3rd down and a long one play. Moronis runs the play in from the sideline along with Brewer. Going out on the play is Charles. 3rd down and 1 here for the Marauders, looking for a first down from the 24-yard line. Hanks in the backfield. Here's a snap. Hanks up the middle. He's got the first down. Still on his feet and now finally picked up and thrown to the ground at about the 19-yard line. 1st down and 10 Mingus. Jackie, they're taking time off the clock on this drive as well. Under 8 minutes to go. The Marauders driving the ball. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line of Seton Catholic, and the clock rolling once again. It's going to become a factor before long.
Well, the run blitz was on, and I think Dakota Hanks actually changed which hole he was running through as soon as he got the handoff.
Run to the daylight, young man. Run to the daylight. First down and 10. Hanks in the backfield. Here's the snap. Handoff coming to the left-hand side to Kitchen. He'll cut it back in the middle. Kitchen still on his feet and being swung around. Kitchen breaks into the open. Kitchen to the right side. Kitchen to the 5, to the 3, to the end zone. Touchdown! Brennan Kitchen somehow zigzag in and out of defenders down the field and to the end zone. What a tremendous run by Brennan Kitchen, and he scores for the Marauders to give them the lead here with 7:24 left to go in the fourth quarter of play. Wow, Brennan Kitchen comes up with big play after big play, spinning away from defenders, breaking it to the outside and diving to the corner of the end zone for the go-ahead score for the Mingus Marauders here in the fourth quarter. Extra point attempt by Cadera, up and good. The Marauders lead 21-14 with 7:22 left to go in the ball game. Man, Brennan Kitchen is cooking it hot now. We'll be back after the Marauder touchdown.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back at Apollo High School, Brennan Kitchen with his best run of the year, breaks away from tackler after tackler, and then just sprints out of the middle of the pack into the end zone for the go-ahead touchdown. Mingus, wow, man, now the wind is blowing really hard, blows the ball off the tee. Jacobo's going to have to put some kind of a leg into it. The clock down to 7:10.
Go on sides. Sometimes you
looks like they're looks like they want to add time to the clock.
Huh.
The wind is stiff right now, Jackie, and Jacobo's gonna have to kick it right into the stiff wind. 21-14. The Marauders just scored to take the lead, their second lead of the ball game. They led 7-0, then they gave up 14 unanswered, and now have scored 14 unanswered. And with 7:10 left to go, Seneca is going to have to hold the ball for the Marauders to kick it away. And now we've got a whistle and a stop.
Looks like they do want to put the clock back to 7:25.
They want to add 15 seconds onto the clock, make it 7:25 as the Marauders are set to kick away.
I guess the wind blew 15 seconds off the clock. Huh?
It's a stiff wind.
I told you.
Jacobo in to kick it away. And Seneca is the holder. And here's the kick. It's high and fairly deep considering the wind that it's into, taking it to the 13-yard line. To the left-hand side of the field, hit, and still on his feet, and now coming after him, and the Marauders have him down at around the 30-yard line. Good return that time. Number 26, it looks like, with the return, and that is probably not who it was.
Probably 22.
Yep, I think you're right. I think it was 22 with the return that time, and that is Antonio Campanella.
He's their leading rusher, by the way, only a sophomore. We've only seen him touch the ball once in this game.
I was going to say, I haven't remember calling his name too much. First down and 10 now. Seton Catholic with the wind at their back, trailing by 7. Have the ball with 7:18 left to go. Here's the snap. And Breshahan rolling right, throwing right. He's got a man, and it's going to be Crick, who came out moments ago with a cramp, and he's going to make the reception and be tackled for a very short gain. He's got less than a yard, it looks like, as at least that's how far they moved the stick. He's got, he's got nothing. So that's a reception for 0 yardage. And second down and 10 as the Marauders switch their linebackers from the left to the right side. Pelletier and Kitchen switch up. They must have a certain man that they're looking to guard. Breshahan looking to take the snap. Pump fake left, looking right, throws right. He's got a man. It's Crick again for a short gain once again. Pelletier comes up and drills him. No, I'm sorry, it's Brewer that comes up and drills him after the reception. It looks like he's going to have about 5 yards, maybe even 6 on the play. Looks like he got more than it seemed that he did when he caught the ball.
Well, this time, instead of just stopping there at the line, he went 5 yards down and just tried to find an open place in the zone.
Hurry up offense, trips on the left, 2 on the right, empty backfield. Bresnahan on 3rd down and 4. Marauders going to try to get some pressure. It looks like now they're going to drop back. They're bouncing around at the line, looking to throw to the left-hand side. He's got a man. Catch is made. Garland with a reception, a 1st down out around the 46 or 7-yard line. That'll stop the clock to move the stick. 6:03 left to go in the ball game, and a 1st down for Seton Catholic. Mingus on top, 21-14. Seton Catholic has it at their own 47-yard line on 1st down.
Well, Mingus trying to get some pressure in on that quarterback and try to slow down this passing game.
Bresnahan from the gun, barking out signals. He's got trips on the right, fakes the handoff, now flushed down the pocket. He pulls up and throws, and it's nearly intercepted by Garcia. He was the only one that really had a chance to make a play on it, and Garcia had to hit him right in the hands and fall incomplete. And JB, here comes that rain you were hoping for, saying that rain might help the Marauders against a passing team. It's starting to come down now.
Well, that's not exactly what I was hoping for, and I wouldn't say that in front of our cameramen who are out in it.
Oh, they're tough. He's got a hood.
Yeah.
2nd down and 10 now. Bresnahan from the gun, takes a snap, fakes a handoff, looking down the right-hand side. Now we'll go left-hand side. He's got a man wide open. It's Garland to the end zone. Touchdown. Garland beats Seneca on 2nd down and 10 from their own 47-yard line. A 53-yard touchdown strike, and Seton Catholic has an extra point away from tying this game. Seneca couldn't keep up with Garland that time, and he gives up the touchdown. The Marauders are up by 1 with 5:39 left. Mingus will have the ball back here, and maybe they can get lucky on this extra point attempt. The wind is blowing hard. And let's see if the Marauders can get in there and cause a little havoc here as they attempt this extra point. Garland, the player that caught the reception for the touchdown, is also attempting the extra point. Good snap, good hold, and it looks good, and it is good. We're tied at 21. 5:38 left to go in the ball game. We'll be back with a Marauder kick return coming up after this.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you. We're taking new patients every day. Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Back at Apollo High School, the ball rolls off the tee now before Garland is able to kick it away. Garland's done just about everything today for Seton Catholic, JB. He's got a couple of touchdowns, and he's made a lot of receptions. He's made all the extra points, and now he's kicking the ball away once again. This kid does just about everything.
Yep. Serves lunch at halftime, too.
All right. I missed that. Here's Garland's kick, and it is high and into the end zone on the fly, and the Marauders will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. We still have 5:36 left to go here in regulation time. We're tied at 21 as the Marauder offense comes out 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Well, Mingus, interesting enough, has got, they've got control of the game right now if they can take advantage and use some clock with this drive and make it successful.
Well, Mingus has scored touchdowns on their last 2 possessions. Look to see if they can make it 3 in a row. 1st down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Hanks in the backfield. Simmons takes a snap and a handoff to Hanks up the middle, and he's going to have about 5, maybe even a little more across the 25-yard line. To near the 26. So a gain of 5+ on the carry brings up 2nd down and 5 now for the Marauders. And the clock will become a factor. It's ticking away at 5:18 and counting as the Marauders run back into a huddle.
Here we are in the 4th quarter. Tie game. Mingus does, Zach, correct me if I'm wrong, have all 3 timeouts left.
Yep, they do for sure. 2nd down and 5. Here's a snap and a sweep to the right side. They're going to go to Herndon, who cuts it back into the middle, and he's going to have about 2 or 3 yards and then be tackled short of a 1st down. Looks like they're going to give them about 2, and it's going to be 3rd down and 3 here for the Mingus Marauders. Well, Herndon again, they give it to him what looks like a sweep, and then he cuts it back inside. That may be one of the wrinkles that the Marauders have added, knowing that a lot of their opponents have seen them sweep. So they set it up to look like the sweep and then try to cut it back in before you get outside, and hasn't worked real well so far. 3rd down and 3. Big play for the Marauders. Awaiting the snap, Simmons. Set under center, and now we've got flags flying, and the Marauders are going to be called for a false start. Nothing to kill a drive like a penalty. 3rd and 3 becomes 3rd and 8 with the wind in your face. It's not really a great passing situation here for the Mingus Marauders.
No, and I don't think he actually moved on the line. I think he was shivering from the cold rain.
Well, could be. Clock running, 4:24 and counting. The Marauders now 3rd down and 8. With the football at their own 27-yard line. Well, they're back around their 24-yard line. Here's the snap. Simmons looking to throw. Throws to the right side. He's got a man. Moronis with the reception for a 1st down. Another huge play on 3rd down for the Marauders. Moronis jumps in the air to make the reception all the way out around the 33-yard line. It'll be a 1st down for the Marauders.
Well, Luke Simmons dangerously close, just 4 yards away from having a 200-yard passing game.
Well, we want to see him have a lot more than that. 1st down and 10. Mingus extends the drive as they head back to the line of scrimmage. Kitchen and Brewer on the left-hand side. Simmons takes a snap, and he's going to run it himself. And Simmons still on the loose to the right side now. Lowers his head, and he'll be knocked out of bounds out around the 40-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 6 or 7, depending on the spot. And the Marauders with a good play on 1st down. Now have it 2nd down and, well, it's going to be about 5. It looks like he got 5. 2nd down and 5 now from the 38.
But he did get out of bounds, and that'll save a little time for the Marauders with the clock.
Yep, 3:42 on the clock. 2nd down and 5. Mingus tied at 21. They've got the ball at their own 38-yard line. Simmons set under center, takes a snap, handoff coming to the left-hand side to Herndon. Herndon is not finding much room to run there. He got about a yard out to about the 39, where it's now going to be 3rd down and a long 4 here for Mingus. He didn't get anything. It's 3rd and 5.
Herndon's got 50 yards on the game, 17 carries, a little less than his typical average.
Right, and another big 3rd down play for the Marauder offense. Still a lot of time, clock running, 3:12 and counting. 3rd down and 5 here for the Marauders as they come out of their huddle to the line of scrimmage. Herndon on the left-hand side, Hanks in the backfield. A big pull in the way. Here's the snap, and the Marauders going to hand off to Hanks to the right side, and he's going to be stopped for a gain of 1. And now on 4th down and 4, the Marauders are going to have to punt this thing away. Still plenty of time. Clock running, 2:45. Mingus will probably let it run down as much as they can before they have to punt this thing away on 4th down. Then they're going to have to come up with a big play from their defense to keep Seton Catholic from the one big play and score thing here at the end of the game.
And, of course, with the passing offense, all of a sudden 35 seconds of time to a passing offense is a lot more time.
Especially with a strong wind at your back, you can really chuck it down the field. Clock running down to 2:20 and still counting away. And the Marauders will call timeout before they get called for a delay of game. 2:16 on the clock. Mingus to punt it away. We're tied at 21. The Marauders have it at their own 39-yard line. Kicking into a strong wind. The Marauders are going to hope to get at least 30 or so yards on this one and hope their defense can come up with a big play here in the final 2 minutes of this ball game.
Well, Mingus, of course, still looking for their first takeaway of the game. And, in fact, Mingus
Which is surprising, seeing as how much Seton Catholic has thrown the ball.
Oh, I know. Well, they've only thrown six picks during the course of the entire game. That's both of their quarterbacks included. Now, Garcia had one in his midst that could have been a game changer and unable to actually bring it down. That would have stopped that drive that ended in the last Sentinel touchdown.
Right, yeah, catch that one, boy. This game's a lot different looking right now. The Marauders might be looking to go up 2 scores instead of being tied. Well, here it is, 4th down and a long 4 here for Mingus from their own 39-yard line. And they will line up to go for it, at least appear to line up to go for it. And then Simmons will look to punt the ball away. 2:16 left to go. Awaiting the snap. Simmons with a man in motion now calls timeout. Well, the Marauders burned a timeout there. I mean, if you do get the ball back, you're not going to have any timeouts to work with. Now down to 1, and with that timeout, let's take a break. We'll be back after this Marauder timeout.
Service, convenience, price. Taylor Waste is locally owned and voted #1 in residential garbage collection for the past 8 years in a row. And right now, new customers will enjoy 2 months free service with your switch to Taylor Waste. Add an extra container and take part in Taylor Waste's popular clean recycling program as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Back at Apollo High School, 4th down and 4 for the Marauders. 2:16 left to go in the ball game, tied at 21. Mingus looking to punt the ball away from their own 39-yard line. Simmons awaiting the snap. There it is, a low snap. Simmons rolls right, throws high, and it's intercepted. Oh, man, and the Seton Catholic's got it down the right side, trying to catch him and knock him out of bounds, but not before return, all the way down about the Marauder 28-yard line, and Seton Catholic has now got the ball in great scoring position with 2:05 left to go in the ball game. The fake was on, and I don't know why. The Marauders, the worst case scenario, I guess, was a touchdown, but this is the second worst. You give them the ball all the way back at your own 28-yard line. I really think you try to kick it away, JB. Get 20 yards or 30 yards or whatever, and give your defense a little bit of room behind them. Now, the Marauders got their back against the wall. Seton Catholic, I don't know about their kicking game, but they have the wind to their back, and right now they're only 28 yards away from taking the lead in this ball game with 2:05 left. Bresnahan rolling to his left, looking to throw. Pressure now. He throws it to the end zone, and it's incomplete.
Had a step on Cienega out there again on the far side of the field. Pressure was on by the Mingus Marauders. You asked about their kicking game. They have zero field goals during the course of the regular season.
Yeah, they got their holder over here working on taking snaps from the long snapper. And the clock is stopped with 1:58 left to go here in the game. 2nd down and 10 now from the Marauder 28-yard line. Bresnahan with one back to his left-hand side. It's Probst. Now he'll send him up into the slot on the left. Trips on the left, 2 on the right. Here come the Marauders. Looking to throw right side. It got a man, and he's knocked out of bounds after a short gain, about 4 or 5 yards to inside the 25, around the 24-yard line, which now brings up 3rd down and about 6 now for Seton Catholic. Clock stopped at 1:54 as the player was pushed out of bounds after the reception. Bresnahan now running the play in from the sideline.
Well, it was Crick again with his 6th reception of the game. He's got 35 yards on 6 receptions, all that little short dump stuff.
Marauders jump off sides defensively. It won't be a 1st down, but it'll take it from 3rd and 6 to about 3rd and 1. Offsides on the D. Marauders shooting themselves in the foot here. And let's see what they're going to do here. I still don't think it's a 1st down. It's not.
But certainly allows you to run the ball at this point.
Oh, yeah. 3rd and 1's a lot different than 3rd and 6 here. Still 1:54 left to go. Marauders defense trying to make a stand. Marauder defense still looking for their first takeaway of the ball game. The Marauders just threw their first turnover, an interception. Here's the snap, and Probst up the middle. He's got a 1st down, and now the Marauders diving on the ball, and it's not going to be a fumble. It's going to be a 1st down. 1:49 left to go in the ball game at the 15-yard line. 1st down and 10 now for Seton Catholic. They'll start running the clock as the chains are set. Seton Catholic not in any hurry at this point. Still 1:45 left to go. They're only 15 yards away from taking a lead in this ball game, sending trips to the left-hand side. One to the right side, running back to the right of the quarterback, Bresnahan, who's in the shotgun formation. Now the back switches to his left-hand side, awaiting the snap, looking to throw, pump fake, going left, has a man wide open in the end zone, touchdown! Cienega again. Touchdown that time to number 7, Matt Haggerty, his second of the game, and Seton Catholic takes a 27-21 lead with 1:24 left to go here in the ball game. Seneca just gave up on his man. They threw it over the top, and he caught it in the end zone with the defense turned around looking back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, Seton definitely taking advantage of that. The question is, did they score too early so Mingus has enough time to come back?
Now, Mingus has the wind right in their face, and they're going to need to pass the ball down the field. Here's the extra point attempt, and it's up and looks good. It's good. 28-21. Seton Catholic takes the lead with 1:22 left to go. Let's take a break. We'll be back with a Marauder kick return after this.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
Back at Apollo High School, and the kickoff is up. It is going to be taken by Kitchen at the 1. Kitchen in the middle of the field looking for blockers. Kitchen through the blockers and down at about the 22. So the Marauders are now 78 yards away from tying this ball game, and they've got 82 seconds to do it.
Well, Mingus only led for 44 seconds last week. Let's see if they can bring it back and do it again. Except right now, I think you're playing for the tie on the road, right?
Yeah, I'm still thinking that you don't go for a fake punt on 4th down at your own 20-yard line. 1st down and 10. Mingus looking to try to get down the field in a hurry. They've got the wind at their face, and they've got an offensive player jumping early in illegal motion. False start against Marauders, and hey, why not? 1st and 10, make it 1st and 15. We want to make it real hard.
Well, sometimes you over-challenge yourself that way.
Also cost him 2 seconds. From the gun, Simmons throws out of the backfield to Herndon. Herndon hit immediately, still on his feet, now down for a gain of 2. And the clock running. 2nd down and 13. Marauders back to the line of scrimmage. 62 seconds left to go. Here's the snap. Simmons looking to throw to the left side. He's got it to Brewer, who makes the reception and is going to be tackled inbounds. Clock running. 50 seconds left to go. The Marauders now 3rd down and about 8 yards to go.
And remember, they burned a couple of timeouts before the fake punt.
Oh, yeah. And Simmons to throw again. He's got a man. Brewer, he's got to get out of bounds, and he does this time, and that'll stop the clock. 1st down reception out to about the 43-yard line, so the Marauders have 34 seconds, and they need to get about 57 yards to score a touchdown to tie this ball game. Clock stopped on the receiver being knocked out of bounds. We've got 34 seconds left to go. 1st down and 10, Mingus. From their own 43-yard line. Tight formation here. Simmons takes a snap and fakes a handoff. Looking to throw. Down the field he goes, and it was intended for Hanks, who was open, but he threw it over his head and incomplete. Clock stops with 28 seconds left. 2nd down and 10 now, Marauders from their own 43.
Well, the winner of this one will play the winner of the game right after this, Sholo and Buckeye. A couple of big running teams coming up next here at Glendale Apollo High School.
28 seconds to go. 2nd down and 10. Mingus from their own 43-yard line. Awaiting the snap is Simmons. Dropping back, looking to throw. Pump fake. Simmons now is going to look to run, and he breaks free. Still looking down the field. He'll throw the ball. Kitchen with a reception, and a 1st down for Mingus at the 38-yard line of Seton Catholic. And the clock should stop on the 1st down. It does with 13 seconds left to go. And the Marauders, I think, are going to call a timeout.
Wow. He escaped.
Maybe not.
Escaped the sack twice out there to get the ball downfield. A great jumping catch by Kitchen once again.
I think they want to add time to the clock again.
I do.
And the officials are talking things over down here on the sideline, and they want to add time to the clock.
4 seconds. Well, 4 seconds is 4 seconds. I was hoping more like 40.
And they'll put 17 seconds on the play clock and on the game clock. And now the clock's running again. It's down to 11. Was just at 13. They wanted to add 4 to make it 17.
Well, Mingus is at the 38-yard line.
They want 25 seconds? What are they doing?
Now it looks like 17 is what they want.
Yeah.
They're running down to 17. Running down to 17.
And the clock will tick down to 17, and they stop it there. First down and 10, Mingus. 17 seconds left. They need a touchdown to tie, and the Marauders will spike the ball.
What?
Marauders spike the ball. Brings up second down and 10, and now they have a chance to talk things over with the coach.
They would have had a chance to go to the sideline and talk it over like 4 or 5 times.
And now down to 15 seconds. Second down and 10. Clock stopped now on the incompletion. And the Marauders have it second and 10 from the 38-yard line. They need a touchdown to tie. Waiting the snap. There it is. They fake a handoff. Simmons now looking to throw. Rolls out of the backfield. Looking downfield. Simmons still looking. Throws down the field. And it is tipped away. Intended for Hanks. 6 seconds left now. And the Marauders are really getting their back against the wall here, JB. They've got, at the most, 2 more plays. Most likely, they've got 1 play left here.
Most likely, and they do have a timeout. So do you throw something short, maybe 12 yards downfield to give you a better shot at the end zone, or what do you do with this?
Well, they do have the timeout, so they aren't limited to where they can throw the ball. They could throw it to the middle of the field and call a timeout. The problem is if you catch it in the middle of the field, you need to get down in a hurry.
Right.
Third down and 10 for the Marauders from the 37-yard line. Simmons drops back, goes downtown, left-hand side, looking for Garcia, and it is intercepted. That's going to be the end of the ball game. No time left on the clock, and Seton Catholic survives by a final of 28-21 over the Mingus Marauders, and that's the end of the ball game. Seton Catholic with a victory here at Apollo High School. The Marauders are hitting the field themselves. A lot of players taking a knee and hitting the deck here, and that's going to be the end of the season for the Mingus Marauders. Seton Catholic will advance to the semifinals next week with a final score here tonight at 28-21. Let's take a break. We'll be back after this.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club Card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club Card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Service, convenience, price. Taylor Waste is locally owned and voted #1 in residential garbage collection for the past 8 years in a row. And right now, new customers will enjoy 2 months free service with your switch to Taylor Waste. Add an extra container and take part in Taylor Waste's popular clean recycling program as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Back at Apollo High School, final score here tonight is 28-21. Seton Catholic with a victory over the Mingus Marauders. And Mingus Some suspect calls down the end of the game there, JB. I really don't like the fake punt on 4th down at your own 20, 25-yard line, wherever they were. You give your opponent a short field like that, they take it, score a touchdown to beat you. I kind of like kicking that ball away and giving my defense a little room in their back to defend.
Well, I agree. They would have been kicking into the wind, and, you know, you got to make a call. You do that one right, and you get the ball, and you go down and score and win the game, and all of a sudden you're a hero. Otherwise, it goes the opposite way and doesn't work out for you. But Mingus at about the 39-yard line, and with Simmons as the quarterback, obviously you have that opportunity all season long of doing that fake punt, and it just didn't work out well for the Mingus Marauders as he overthrew his man, and it got intercepted and run back quite a ways, right? It ran back about 30, 35 yards for setting up the Sentinel squad for a great drive and the ability to move on from there as we take a look at how this game went. Well, the Sentinels would score first and the Sentinels would score last in this one as the Marauders go down to defeat. First quarter action, 5:11 left to go. And, pardon me, Mingus would score first. Yeah. Simmons finds Brewer, throws the ball downfield, a great catch, a little post pattern inside, gets hit 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Great block by Kitchen out there. And Brewer would find the end zone, and Mingus took a 7-0 lead with the Cadera extra point early in this one. And the first quarter would end that way. Second quarter action, the Sentinels would come back. 7:59 left to go. It was a 5 vertical call, and unfortunately, Probst was open down the middle. It ends up being a 73-yard touchdown toss and a run out of the backfield, about as easy as they come. And the extra point by Haggerty was good, and it was 7-7. Third quarter action, and the Sentinels would come back to take a lead in the third quarter. 9:42 left to go. A 24-yard strike. Brescianen to Haggerty, his first of a couple. This one open down the post and in the middle, and good for 6. The extra point was good, and it was 14-7. Mingus would make a game of it after that. 51 seconds left to go. A 6-yard run by Herndon, scoring for the Marauders to tie it up. And it was a great job off to the left-hand side. Does a punishing blow here at the end on one of the linebackers and defensive backs, and Herndon gets in for his points of the game. It was 14-14. Mingus would extend the lead. 7:22 left to go. Brandon Kitchen, a 20-yard run for the go-ahead touchdown, and had the Sentinels not been ball hawking, I'm not sure he would have been able to bounce off of everybody to get into the end zone, but phenomenal job of not only keeping the ball, but keeping his feet and getting into the end zone. And Mingus at that point had a lead again by 7, 21-14. However, we would have 2 scores left to break, or pardon me, yeah, we'd have 2 scores left to break it up. 5:39 left to go, fourth quarter action, and Brescianen goes to Garland, 54 yards, and finds him open on the left-hand side and just overthrows the defensive back on the far side of the field. And then with 1:22 left to go in the game winner, a 12-yard fade pass from Brescianen to Haggerty over in the corner. Mingus got killed on the corner again, and it was just a matter of coming down with it, which he did. And that was your game winner out there for the Sentinels, who will go on to play the winner of Sholo and Buckeye coming up right after this game.
Yeah, tough game for the Marauders here tonight. They scored first, gave up 14 unanswered, scored 14 unanswered to tie it up there. And it came down to a fourth down play where the Marauders had it, fourth and about 5 or so, and we're looking to punt the ball away, we thought. And at that point, with 2:20 or so left to go in the ball game, I really think that the punt and any yardage that you could have got would, I mean, of course, hindsight's 20/20, right? But at the time, I think even we were saying to punt the ball away, even if you get 20 yards or 30 yards, it gives your defense a little bit more room behind them. Instead, you gave Seton Catholic not only the ball of a short field, but momentum with that, also stopping on a fake play on fourth down on a fake punt, and they were able to propel that momentum into the end zone for the game-winning touchdown.
Right, and well, the Sentinels had a phenomenal passing game here today. They showed it, they proved it. Now, the original starter for today's game only played the first quarter. Mingus shut him down.
You're right, they pulled him in a hurry.
Yep, 25 yards is all he had, and then he went and found some bench, or I'm not exactly sure, the backup who was the original starter, if that makes any sense. Bresnahan comes back out and does a phenomenal job with his team. I think he only had 3 or 4 missed passes or incomplete passes during the course of the game. Mingus did get to him 4 times, though, and sacked him 4 times.
All right, fans, let's take a quick break right here. We'll be back with some more individual statistics from tonight's ball game. Final score, 28-21. Seton Catholic ends the Marauder season here at Apollo High School. Let's take a break. We'll be back after this.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you. We're taking new patients every day. Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
Call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Back at Apollo High School, final score 28-21. The Seton Catholic Sentinels score the final touchdown of the game after a botched fake punt for the Mingus Marauders, and Seton Catholic wins it here to advance to next week's game at Washington High School against the winner of the game coming up here in just a few minutes between Sholo and who are they playing there?
Buckeye.
JV and Buckeye. All right, Buckeye.
Right. Well, Mingus played a fantastic game here. They got beat just on an outside corner for part of the game, but other than that, they played a phenomenal defensive game, was able to move the ball, and did so with a little bit of bias when they had to, and I think they did a great job coming back and representing here in this game tonight. Now, the Sentinels, this is the first time these two teams have met. In fact, they haven't been in the same division for most of the time. However, they match up for the first time here tonight. At one particular point, the Seton Catholic squad indicated that that they certainly could have competed with Mingus. Mingus gave them the opportunity to do so the following season, and the following seasons after that several times, and they have not taken advantage of it until we meet up here in playoffs. Well, so this is the first meeting between the squads, and the Sentinels will win this one and move on. Mingus does not. However, things are going to be extremely different for next year, as Division III will make all the difference in the world. Mingus will be moving up to Division III. They petitioned to stay in Division IV, and that was unanimously denied by all those voting out there. And so Mingus will be a Division III squad coming up next year, and they'll be an interesting company.
Yeah, they'll be a Division III team next year, and most likely will be in a conference that will include Prescott, Bradshaw Mountain, Flagstaff, Coconino, and possibly Kingman and Mojave. Right. So a northern region there. Some pretty good football teams for the Marauders next season.
Right. Buckeye, a squad playing the next game coming up here tonight. Petitioned to stay in Division IV, as did Mingus. Denied. They got to move up to Division III as well. So there should be some interesting company in Division III next year. And I'm also told that it's going more back to the old region way of doing things, where you're going to play everybody in your region, and then you get like 3 different games that you can schedule from that particular point. It'll be interesting to see who Mingus will schedule for that. But it looks like it will be Division III, and we will be away from, well, we'll call it White Mountain Ball.
Well, I guess, yeah, for the most part. Apparently none of those teams are moving any way or another,
Right.
so they'll stay in Division 4, and the Marauders will move up into Division 3. And it makes you wonder who they will play out of conference next year, because a lot of the teams that they've been playing out of conference will now be in the conference.
Right.
So it might be another thing with the Cortez and stuff like that, or maybe a Payson, something like that. So we'll have to see. They'll get that all figured out here between now and then. Of course, there's other stuff coming on. Basketball season's getting ready to start, to come out and support the Mingus Marauder basketball teams, boys and girls. And then the springtime, you got wrestling is getting ready to start. Springtime, you got baseball, softball, and track. The Mingus Marauder girls brought home a state championship in track last year, and they're looking to do it again this year.
Right, and as I understand it, somebody you might know set a record or two.
Yeah, actually, my daughter last weekend, Heather Calandra, set, a state record in the squat in a powerlifting contest. She set a state record, a national record, and a world record in the bench press. She set a state record in the deadlift and set a state, national, and world record in total weight lifted last week in a Natural Athlete Strength Association powerlifting competition. So that's 4 state records, 2 world records, and 2 national records by my daughter Heather Calandra last week, and you can see her out on the hardwood at Mingus High School here in the next couple of weeks playing for new Marauder ladies coach Art Monsabias, and they've got high aspirations for the girls team here at Mingus, and hey, they've got the strongest girl in the state there in the post, so let's see if they can use her to their advantage.
Well, yeah, you got to have a little bit of wrestling under the basket that way, right?
No, she can handle it. There's no doubt about it.
No doubt about it. Well, speaking of wrestling out here tonight, let's take a look at some of the stats. Let's start with the Seton Sentinels, and boy, it was a aerial attack here. Only 43 rushing yards, but 319 yards in the air, 362 in total yardage against the Mingus Marauder defense. Wow. You would think that would have mustered more than 28 points, but it did not. Breshnahan out here tonight ends up 20 for 24, 4 touchdowns and 297 yards throwing the ball, and he had a fantastic game for Seton Catholic. The Mingus Marauders, Luke Simmons, had a pretty decent night. Ends tonight and ends his senior season 15 for 22, 240 yards, 1 touchdown, and unfortunately 2 interceptions, 1 off a fake punt and 1 the last play of the game. Brewer, his favorite receiver, 4 receptions, 78 yards, and 1 touchdown. Mingus had 125 yards on the ground, led by Herndon, 50 yards, and another 45 yards by Dakota Hanks, 365. Total yardage for the Marauders, unfortunately, a little too little, and they do not advance on for the Division 4 playoffs. And unfortunately, well, Mingus will end their season here and end their stay in Division 4 with it, Zach.
Yeah, and it wasn't a great stay in Division 4. The Mingus Marauders, I guess, in 2 years have 2 playoff appearances here in Division 4, but in those 2 playoff appearances, the Mingus Marauders have a total of 3 games. They go 1-2 in the Division 4 playoffs over a 2-year period, so that's something that I'm sure they and their coaching staff are not real proud of, thinking that, hey, when we drop down to Division 4, we're going to be in the championship game every year, and haven't gotten out of the second round in 2.
No, very true. Well, a early demise last year against Sholo. But, you know, Mingus toward the end of the season last year had just struggled and really just kind of gave up there at the end of the season. Mingus came back this year, and you know what? I saw a lot of heart from these boys. They fought all the way through, fought down to the end, put everything they had with it on the field out here tonight, but just not quite enough to overcome the Sentinels.
Some seniors here that played their last football game at Mingus High School: Andrew Garcia, Jeremy Senega, Luke Simmons, the quarterback, Alex Brewer, Zach Pelletier, Tyler Herndon, Marley Ures, Alberto Cadera, Eric Pierce. Also, fellow seniors, Josh Longfellow, Norberto Mesa, Mario Ruvlacaba, Jordan Wellborn, Matt Kylch, Brandon Gregson, Aaron Volk, Troy Carter, Jesse Moronis, and Greg Charles. That's kind of a list of who's who of Mingus Marauder football this season, JB. There's a lot of names that we just mentioned that are seniors that are going to be gone after this season that played a lot of football this year for the Mingus Marauders. So next year, we're going to have to try to reload because because the cupboards are going to be kind of bare after losing this senior class.
Well, you're talking about the defensive line almost entirely, your linebacker core, your leading tackler with Longfellow, who, according to Max Preps, if everybody, I don't know that all teams have put in together all stats, but going into this game was only 2 tackles behind the state lead, all divisions included, and that individual was from Maricopa, and they're not playing anymore. So he could have at least briefly held the state lead and should end up in the top 5, I would imagine, in all tacklers during the course of the 2012 contest.
14 out of 22 starters are going to graduate this year for the Mingus Marauders, so it's really going to be some new faces next year for Mingus. However, another thing that we need to mention, that the Marauders are in pretty decent shape as far as their underclassmen go. The Marauder JV and freshman squads both had very good years this year, so they're going to be replacing some of these players with some players that are used to winning. The JV squad was 6-1 this season under head coach Tom Pender, and Steve Darby, who we saw here tonight, led the freshman team to a 4-2-1 record. So the underclassmen at Mingus this year went 10-3-1, and that's what's going to be reloading the varsity squad next season.
Certainly so, and I know that a lot of the freshmen were moving up to the JV squad as well. So,
right.
That'll be it'll be interesting to see how that rolls.
And the freshman squad's going to be loaded again next year with the middle school team that outscored their opponents 420-15 this year on route to a Tri-City Champion or Quad City Championship. So there are a lot of good players that are going to be filtering into this Marauder system. But there's going to be a lot of players, like we mentioned, 14 starters to be replaced next year by the Mingus Marauders.
Well, that's a lot of replacement to do, no doubt about it. However, I don't think the freshman squad is going to see a lot of those freshmen coming out of CMS. I think a lot of them move straight on to potentially even the JV ranks.
JV, yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
All right, fans, let's take another quick break right here. We'll get a final word from our sponsors, and we'll be back for a wrap-up of this post-game show brought to you by Yavapai Broadcasting after this.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
2 things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back at Apollo High School, final score 28-21. Seton Catholic with a victory over the Mingus Marauders to end the Marauder season here in the second round of the playoffs. And we had to battle it out there, JB. We almost needed an extra commercial to come up with our player of the game. There was about 15 guys we wanted to use, but I think we narrowed it down to one player that made some special plays here tonight for the Mingus Marauders.
Yeah, I think so. Now, let's go ahead and give some credit to where credit's due. I believe that Simmons had his best performance as a Mingus Marauder quarterback with 240 passing yards and a touchdown here tonight. Definitely had to step it up and put it through, where 2 games ago he was 0 for 3, and that was his entire passing performance. So Simmons definitely had a pretty decent game throwing the ball out here tonight, had some fantastic punts as well. Brewer played a pretty decent game, caught the ball 4 out of 5 times when it was thrown to him, had decent defense from the defensive back corner position as well. Jordan Wellborn played a heck of a game, had some big tackles out there by Carter, and you could tell the defensive line was just playing ruthless because, well, 43 rushing yards is all they had all game long.
43 was having a good game, too.
Yes.
A Longfellow.
Longfellow was having a good game. Pelletier had a sack, also played a wonderful game. There were so many different people out there, but Brendan Kitchen. Brendan Kitchen really stole it with the breakaway touchdown, and did so in such an interesting fashion, the way that he was tackled, and they were ball hawking. He came across, stopped his momentum, which was not necessarily a good thing. Got caught up and driven back, but he kept the legs going, somehow able to pull the ball out. I was surprised. Everybody thought the play was over, well, except for Kitchen. Then he comes out, stiff arms the back of the neck there, and gets his legs out of the way and able to...
One block right here.
Yep.
He comes from Simmons, the quarterback.
No kidding. That is... You got to love that, don't you? Simmons, the quarterback, comes out, makes the one block that he needed. Haggerty can't catch him going to the end zone. And great job by Kitchen. Not only that, but he had a couple of 20-yard catches in the second half where, it was third and half of forever.
Yeah. And in the last 2 weeks, he's done that.
Yes. And Brennan Kitchen is one of the players that will be back.
He will be back.
Yes. So there's a bright spot. And we talked to Broyles, part of the Northern Arizona Rehabilitation and Fitness injury report. He's supposed to have surgery in December and looking to come back for his senior year. So Mingus might have Broyles in the backfield. They certainly missed him as an option during the course of this 2012 year.
Yeah, well, and they're going to be happy to have him back, and he and Kitchen in the backfield next year should be pretty good. And, it's going to be a quarterback quandary next year. I think they like Marshall Schill again, but, the kid's a junior now, and he's played like 2 games in his career at Mingus, so we'll have to see if he can not be as brittle as he's been during football season the last 2 years. Micah Navarez, Tanner Karen, there's going to be a lot of guys that are going to be battling for that spot, so we'll have to see how that works out next year for the quarterback position. The line is going to be another thing. We lost a lot of guys on the line, so the Marauders are going to have to try to regroup on their line, but like we said, the JV squad, the freshman squad, the junior high squad, where they call it the middle school squad, all very good teams this year. So Mingus is going to be able to infiltrate their program with more good players, and this team may just be getting ready to get really good again. They're good now, but they might be getting ready to get really good again.
Well, if you just can't give up watching football, I'm going to suggest you come out to Mingus Union High School next Saturday.
Early, like 8 a.m. the games start.
I know, championship weekend. They start off with the 3rd and 4th place game for the Mighty Mites, and then the championship game, and then Minors Division 3rd place game and championship game.
This will be the Cottonwood Bears.
Yeah, the Cottonwood Bears
in the 3rd place game.
In the 3rd place game.
And the Cottonwood Colts in the championship game.
Exactly. The Lobos will be in one of the Mighty Mite games as well. Don't know how they did today with, the final weekend.
You're right. And then the majors.
Yes.
Cottonwood Panthers will be in the playoffs in the championship game as well.
Yes, I believe they'll take on Wickenburg for that one. So it'll be 5 games all day long out at Mingus Union High School. I'm going to suggest you go out and enjoy some football. That's the future. That is the somewhat distant future for some of them, but that's the future, and it'll be an interesting day, a fun day. If you have not caught a Mighty Mite game in a while, I suggest you go do so.
Yeah, come out and check out Angelo Alvarez. Kid's he's the poster child of Mighty Mite football in Cottonwood. He's been in there for about 8 years now. I think he's only 8 years old. But Angelo's been playing a long time. Come watch that young man play. He's a fun player to watch. And Mighty Mite's Marauders, Cottonwood Marauders, will be playing next week. So come on out and check it out.
All right, it'll be a great day, a fun day. And once again, it's at Mingus Union High School, starting with the first game at 8.
We'd like to thank the Red Dot Club and all of our sponsors as well for making this possible for us to bring Marauder football to you here on television and on radio as well. And we'd like to thank the coaches and everything that they've done this season long, JB. And I remind everybody, to come on out to the basketball team. Watch the basketball teams play. The wrestling team is going to be getting going here pretty soon. The spring, you got baseball, you got softball, you got track, you got tennis, you got soccer. I mean, there's a lot of stuff still left to go. This is only the fall sports here at Mingus. Everything else is still coming up. So we want everybody to continue your Marauder pride and come out and cheer the Marauders on to victory and all the different sports that are coming up here this winter and spring.
Well, congratulations to the basketball, or the Mingus volleyball team as well, making it to the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, and lost to the champs.
And lost to Tuba City, who won it all.
Right. You know, I mean, if you're going to lose, you may as well be to the team that wins it all, not to the team that loses the next game.
No, I agree.
And Tuba City, from what we understand, is a pretty good volleyball team this year, JB.
Yes.
And, Lady Marauders hung with them. I think they lost 3-1 in that one, but they hung with them as well as they could, and as well as anybody did, because Tuba City went on to romp everybody else down the stretch.
Right. And congratulations, speaking of Northern Arizona teams, to an undefeated Flagstaff Eagles volleyball team in Division III who won it all and went 40-0 on the season.
I'm not thanking the Flagstaff Eagles. I'm congratulating the Flagstaff. Hey, Coach, cheer that.
Hey, 40-0, 40-0, man. I mean, that's impressive. I don't care who you are.
Get out your green shirt. All right, fans. Final here, 28-21. Seton Catholic holds on and comes back to win this one. Sean, you're red. Christmas is coming, we know. And come back to win this game, JB. The Marauders did take a lead again and were unable. No, they didn't.
No, they were down.
They were down 21-14. They came back to tie it at 21. And then just down the stretch, unable to keep Seton Catholic on a short field, 25-8-yard field, whatever it was, out of the end zone on their final drive. And just not enough clock left for the Mingus Marauders to come back and tie it up.
Well, great job. Great season for the Marauders. They'll end up 9-4 on the season.
Seton Catholic goes to 11-1.
I know. That's impressive.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and this is some of the stiffest competition they have seen anywhere. And they'll go on to play the winner of Sholo and Buckeye. And it gets harder.
It starts getting harder.
Oh, my gosh, it gets harder. Those are the two of the best running squads in Division IV.
All right, fans, thanks for tuning in all season long. For Jackie Bessler, I'm Zach Calandra. We'd like to thank everybody that makes this possible for us to bring you Mingus Marauder football here on KYBC AM 1600. And we'd like to thank all of our camera operators throughout the season, including Angelica Milnarchik, Dakota Jones, J.C. Lawler, Jay Pond, Abby Kwiatkowski, and Jeff Alson. We also like to thank our guys in our producers, our assistant producer, I guess, Nick Yatsenko, and our executive producer, Ryan Nichols. For Jackie Bessler, I'm Zach Calandra. We like to have you back again next season as we will bring you Mingus Marauder football right here on KYBC AM 1600 and Verde Valley Cable Channel 2. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next season.